Press, is that you laughing at Teleclassy?
I am. That's hysterical, and also, boy,
Oh.
what a sweet gift for us.
Wrong thing there.
Oh no.
I for
there
half
we
a
go.
second, I went to the wrong screen. Oh no, you're kind of wonky. Oh, so am I. I'm super wonky. What the hell? Get it together, Zoom. All right, you look
great on my screen.
Okay. I look horrible on my screen.
It looks a little off for me, but I think it'll be fine.
You look fine on my screen now, so you should look fine in the. Hey, what's up, Vintage Fox? How are you? Welcome to. We're not starting yet, just yet. Hang on. Also, let me go into performance mode because I feel like shit is bad right now. All right, everything looks good. Everything looks good. Preston, you want to go ahead and you want to do the intro here?
I mean, welcome
ready?
to Drafted Stream. Yeah.
Well, I mean, no, I was gonna do the whole spiel. You know, like how I introduced the episodes. If you're ready for it. Okay. All right. What do I even say? Oh yeah, welcome to Drafted. I'm your host, Daniel Prentice, and as always, I'm joined with my good friend and co-host, Preston Thompson. Preston, how are you doing tonight, and what are you drinking, my friend?
I'm doing great. I'm happy to have that Raid Shadow Legends sponsor. That's a sweet gift for us. I've heard they pay very
Thankfully, it's on my Twitch, so I'm not sharing any of that revenue with you.
Yeah, well, use promo code not a real sponsor to get 10% off your first morally questionable Gems purchase of a mobile game. I'm good, Dan. I'm drinking the last of my Four Roses small batch. I have no more bourbon in the house.
Wow, what are you gonna? I mean, it's your weekend. It's your wedding week. What are you gonna do?
Well, there is bourbon at the wedding, and the rehearsal dinner, and probably the rehearsal and the hotel. So I should be okay. I gotta make it like 24 hours with no bourbon, which I think I can do.
I don't know if I believe in you or not. What's up, Lila? You honestly made it in playtime. I am drinking. It's about to be a gin and tonic, but it's gin from a local distillery here and also a brewery called Ology. And I kind of wanted to try it before I put my tonic in there and make it a gin and tonic. So first ever sip. I bought it a couple weeks ago, hanging out with a couple buddies. My first bar visit since the pandemic started. So kind of a momentous occasion.
How was your first foray back into like being in public?
Honestly, it was really, really nice. I saw a friend a very good friend of mine from high school that I had not seen in years, and he was in town visiting his parents, and it had really just a great visit with him and a mutual friend that is still in town and I'm still very close friends with, who's usually in chat. I haven't seen him yet. Rhyology boy. Hello, hello, Shay wife. You should know how the kids are, Shay. I thought we got split custody. But yeah, I have also seen other friends. I hung out with Rhyology Boy again and Bobby D last night, and just had a great time drinking. Bobby D he found this amazing margarita mix, and usually I cannot stand pre-made margarita mix, but this it had like hatch chilies in it, so it had like a real smoky kind of tingly, spicy flavor, and it was really fucking good. So, Bobby, if you want to shout out what that was called, I forget, but I highly recommend. It made a really good margarita. Wait, Shay, I thought we were getting married. What the hell? Shay is. I guess Shay and I have gotten divorced, and she has moved on to Lila. I can't blame Shay. Oh, thank you for the host, Shay.
Over like 20 seconds.
No, we've been married for a few weeks.
Oh, okay. Okay, that's fine then.
Sharing is caring. I can't do the open relationship thing. I'm too jealous. It would not work for me. Parrot Paul, what must be nice? Yeah, that's fine. I would leave myself for Lila too, if I'm being completely honest. If I'm being totally honest. We've had some. Oh yeah, go ahead.
Dan, before we went live here, I was in the chat and we were promoting our upcoming episode. And I realized as I was going, I was probably giving too much away.
It's fine.
I like premise.
The people that are here. It's a nice little teaser, you know, because show up for the live shows. You get a little treat. Yeah, you get a little taste.
The simple premise is we're creating our perfect wedding out of a set list of categories, and it was a ton of fun. Spoiler, somebody out of the 3 people on the show loses horrifically bad. Game of Thrones episode level bad. I'm not going to tell you who it is, but somebody just got their absolute...
It was rough.
Handed to them.
Also, I think a really, really good show. I don't want to say who our guest... Preston said in chat who our guest was. I'm not going to say that because it's a really nice surprise, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, Bobby said Barsmith Hatch Chili Margarita is the margarita mix.
Ooh, spicy.
Okay, Dog Classy, don't make it that weird. Biology Boy only here for the teases. Well, we're gonna try to give you some actual content tonight. First up, we're going to go right into a tier list. I think we teased this, we discussed this the last time we did a live show. Hang on. Also, let me adjust the chat box because it looks like it's getting cut off slightly. Oh, hang on. All right. What I'll do is I'll put the chat box over the tier box so that you can see it.
That's a good idea. Our tiers aren't going to go that far over anyways.
Yeah. Hopefully not. There we go. Thanks to all of y'all for showing up. These are always so much fun for us. We're really looking forward to it. And I know Preston's looking forward to this one. We are going to start right out of the gate with a what? I feel like my cutting got effed up for your Zoom, but you guys are gonna have to cope. It's gonna be an amateurish show tonight, I guess. No, it looks horrible. It looks horrible. Why did this happen? You can see me in your screen. You see what I'm seeing?
Yeah.
Hang on. Okay, I can't live with that. I can't live with it, folks. So bear with me. I'm gonna adjust it just real quick. Preston, why don't you entertain the folks while I'm doing that?
Okay. Well, I'm gonna just briefly go over what we're doing tonight then.
Yeah, brilliant idea. That's genius.
Why you showed up.
That's a genius idea.
So, I don't know the order that Dan wants to go in, but here's the thing. One of the tier lists we're going to do is Marvel movies. And I'm thankful to my co-host Dan for letting us do this because he doesn't really partake.
Yeah, Preston's going to... I mean, I'll be able to help a little bit, but Preston's going to be taking the lead for sure.
It's mainly just going to be me. But it's going to be sweet. And then we are doing a tier list with... I think the classification is mythical.
No, that's too much.
Is it legendary
pseudo legendary Pokemon.
Pseudo legendary. Okay. Yeah. I've played 2 Pokemon games. Weirdly, I've played 3. I've played the Red Blue, Gold Silver, and then the most recent one, Sword Shield. I haven't played a single one in between there. So I'm out of the loop for that one. So we're both kind of letting each other do something in our element here. And then the last thing we're going to do is I don't think I want to spoil that quite yet, Dan, because it's so weird.
Okay, well, it is in the title. It is in the title, but the title is so long. It's so long you might not be able to see it, so it could still be a surprise. But yeah, I don't know if Walmart Price is here or not yet, but he requested this during one of my streams to just tier out the pseudo legendaries. And Preston should know the pseudo-legendaries because this came up in our very first draft, our very first episode of Season 1, the legendary, or the Pokemon Zombie Draft, and we banned Dragonite because we said you couldn't take a pseudo-legendary. We lumped him in with the legendaries. Yeah, exactly. So let's go ahead and get started. We are going to do, I will be manning the tier list, but Preston is going to have to, he's going to work us through it. So here, everything is alphabetical, and I would say ideally we would do timeline, but I don't know the timeline, so we're going to have to go with how the tier maker has the list. Is that okay with everybody?
We're starting with Marvel movies, right?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm pulling up the same site so I can see our list here.
Oh, yeah, okay. I sent you the link, I believe, for this. If you still have it.
You sent me the pseudo-legendary one, but I've got
the
list,
I really?
I think, here.
Okay.
I think I'm good.
Okay, our first movie is Ant-Man and the Wasp, I believe. It's Ant-Man and Wasp, right? It's not versus
Wasp.
Wasp.
Ant-Man and the Wasp. And our tiers are S, A, B, C, D.
Yeah. They should be able to
Can
see the
Can
tiers.
you real quick while I'm talking about it, send me the link to it, Dan, in the Zoom or something? Because I don't know why, but I can't find it.
Here, you know what? I'll put it in the Twitch chat.
Put it in the chat. That's actually a much better idea. That way people can participate. Two-man mansplain the tier list Manning. Yep, no, that's it. Congratulations, you found
that doesn't make any
of our podcast.
It doesn't make any sense, Teleclassy. It makes absolutely zero sense.
Ant-Man and the Wasp on SABCD. I think I'm gonna be pretty critical. I think it's a C, and I don't have much to say about it. I think it's a very average Marvel movie. It's like a fine movie.
I have not seen it, so I can offer absolutely zero counter argument or rebuttal or anything.
Where I'm gonna put the movies that I wouldn't say are bad, but I'm also not gonna recommend that people go out of their way to go watch if they're like Daniel and they haven't seen. I'd put it at B. I mean, I think that's fine. Like as a fan, I might put it at B, but like putting it at C is me telling Daniel, you don't need to go watch this one. It's fine.
Mm-hmm.
You can probably skip it.
Bobby D says he'd put it at B.
Yeah, I mean,
Parrot Paul says C is good.
I think it's probably somewhere in between there.
So it's a C+.
Yeah. Sure.
I do love Paul Rudd. Adriax13 says Paul Rudd heart. Adore Paul Rudd. Parrot Paul says a skippable movie.
Well, and we're staying with Paul Rudd when we go to Ant-Man.
Bobby says Paul Rudd bumps it to a BTBH. B+ for Paul Rudd's AOS Beauty. Does everyone have a favorite Paul Rudd movie? I mean, Clueless is one of my favorite movies, just period. And largely because of Paul Rudd.
Can my favorite Paul Rudd movie be the Hot Ones interview he did? Because that's probably my favorite.
It can't be.
Paul Rudd experience.
It shouldn't be your favorite Paul Rudd movie or experience, but it is good.
I mean,
Yeah, go ahead.
I really like Ant-Man, and I also like a lot of the stuff that he has smaller roles in. Anchorman, he's just very good. He's just good at stuff like that. I don't know that I have anything outside of MCU where he's a lead besides what you just said.
Oh, I mean, I feel like, there's got to be lots, right? But I mean, Clueless is just like S tier. It's S tier Paul Rudd.
Lila, you're saying a movie you can skip at C seems generous. I need a place. It only goes as low as D, our tier list here. I need a place where I can put the really crappy stuff where I'm like, not only should you skip this, you should actively avoid this.
Yeah. So it seems, I've not seen it again, but it seems that Ant-Man Wasp is a fine movie.
Yeah,
but if you don't watch it, it's totally fine. Like it's not something that you should go out of your way to watch. But it seems enjoyable if you do watch it.
In the S and A tier,
so C seems right.
Streamlined MCU experience.
Well, S should really only be, I think, it should be hard to crack S.
It should be pretty exclusive.
Think. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I'm thinking of maybe 4.
The movie where he's a live-in nurse.
We'll see.
Oh, is that the one like for the boy where he lives with the English kid, with Selena Gomez in that one? Yeah, that movie is pretty cute actually.
Really?
Yeah, that movie is cute. It is pretty cute.
All right, next we've got Ant-Man, right, Dan?
Well, Ant-Man is next. That's correct.
So we're staying with Paul Rudd. Ant-Man, it feels exactly right to me to put it one above Ant-Man and the Wasp, so it should be a B.
That seems right to me.
I
also,
like it. I think it's good.
Something unfortunate is happening. The tier lists are being stretched as I put movies in, which is
so the frame
changing.
Weird.
Yeah. So
Can you zoom out on your browser window, and that would fix it?
I mean, that would be. I feel like
control minus maybe. I don't know.
I think what I should do is change how I have cropped the window.
Mm-hmm.
So this is the first time we've done tiers, so you guys got to bear with us. And my computer is approximately a bag of dog shit. So.
All right.
Wait, hang on.
Let's forward.
Here. Oh, no, hang on. Yes, we will, but momentarily. I got to find where the tiers. Here
then I'll say briefly about Ant-Man. I think Ant-Man is let down by its side characters. They bring in T.I., who I think is like. Not very good. He's probably like the worst part of the movie. I think he's like very mediocre. But like
that does not surprise me in the slightest.
Every Marvel movie needs those kind of smaller role people to step up and do what they're supposed to do. And Ant-Man's a little let down by that. Paul Rudd is very good, but I watched this pretty recently, and it's not as good as you remember. And I think it's because you remember the funny Paul Rudd stuff. T.I. is a bad actor and a bad person. This is true.
Why is Ti a bad person? I'm not aware of this.
I mean, he's been arrested on firearms charges a couple times, and he's got a bit of a record that doesn't lend itself to being a super great role model. That's what I understand it.
That is a shame.
Bobby D may know something. I was talking about his weird family shit. I don't know anything about his weird family shit. I have met him in person, weirdly.
Why is this story. Not working the way I want it to?
Not as good as the Justin Bieber story, but I have met him in
person. Oh, that's why. Okay, hang on. I need to make it smaller.
What is the weird family stuff if it's not too weird to type out in a Twitch chat? Look up anything about his daughter. It's fucked. Okay, I'll take your word for it, but that sounds bad.
Yeah, damn.
That looks good, see that. What you just did there with the tier maker.
Thank you. Hopefully it doesn't get too effed up by more stretching too bad. I tried to account for it. It's going to stretch more, presumably. I tried to account for that a little bit, but thank you all for hanging with us. Okay.
Next is Avengers: Age of Ultron.
I feel like this movie. Which one is this? This is the second Avengers.
Yeah, correct.
This has to be a D tier, right?
I don't think it's a D.
I think it's a very low C. It's extraordinarily forgettable. This is one that I have seen.
I think it's a C. The scene in near the beginning when they're all in Avengers Tower together for I think it's like a 10-minute scene is very, very good. And like it's one of the best things about the MCU about how they're totally okay with having a superhero movie take 20 minutes to show you everybody not using their powers and just being actual people. That's very good. The rest of the movie's pretty bad. So it's C. It's not D. D is reserved for a select few. D is the S of the bottom. It's hard to get there, but boy, if you get there, you deserve it.
Okay, I'm going to trust you on this. I really don't think it's a very good movie.
C was my idea of skippable, but not totally avoidable. Like, I'm saying D for if I told you, yeah, go watch all the movies in the MCU, my Ds are the ones that you just shouldn't watch. Like even if you're doing a full run, you shouldn't touch it all.
I just feel like this movie doesn't give you anything. I feel like it's completely missable, I think.
It gives you some nice character moments, I think, but Daniel doesn't like a lot of things. Yes, Adriax, this is a common topic of discussion.
This is not true. I do like a lot of things, but I also dislike a lot of things, which is not quite the same as not liking a lot of things.
It's a good point. Okay.
Adrian actually seems to agree with me.
Agree about the movie?
Oh, okay. I forgot that Elizabeth Olsen is one of my elite tier would marries. So her existence does bump it up, but she's like a villain for most of this movie, right?
And her character in this movie is not.
I just froze. My camera just froze because I'm dumb. I will be right back. I forgot to charge my phone, which is my camera, so I gotta plug it in. And I'll be right back. Preston, if you want to entertain the folks while I'm doing that, that would be wonderful.
I think we might be dead. Oh, no, we're there. Okay.
Yeah, it's just me. It's just me.
Okay. Yeah, I don't know if you guys can hear me in the chat, but I might be frozen too. Oh no, I think I'm good. But any thoughts on Age of Ultron? I think I think C is exactly where it should go. Daniel, bad movies deserve the D-Prentice. I like that. I demand Preston do a rap of Romeo and Juliet. Like the whole play?
Who demanded a Romeo and Juliet rap?
It's Brazen. The whole thing? Like all of it?
Well, what you could do is she doesn't say the play, right? So you could do you could rap the Dire Straits song Romeo and Juliet.
Can I rap / sing Check Yes Juliet by We the Kings? Because I could definitely do that.
Or Hey Juliet by Tufts University.
Yes.
Beelzebubs or whatever it's called.
Beelzebubs. While Daniel's getting his camera set back up, I'll start talking about our next one.
Oh yeah, good idea.
Which is Avengers: Infinity War. Is our next movie here. And I think this goes in S.
I think this has what it takes to be an S. I think it's A tier, personally. I
You think
saw
it's
it
A?
once.
Okay.
I saw it once. I've had no real desire to watch it again. I
I watched
enjoyed
it a
it.
lot.
I enjoyed it. It was a good time. But see, this is the thing. I think this is like a good measure because you are like all up in the Marvel Cinematic Universe, and I am the person who is not. So I feel like
This is what's tough is I think judging Infinity War and Endgame as movies is like wrong. Like it makes no sense to me to judge them as standalone movies.
but you have to. You have to.
Because they're on the list. We have to. But I'm making an assumption here that you were going to go watch all these movies and you would give them grades, and those grades would go on this list. And if that's what we're doing, it's an S tier.
No,
if you have three
I really.
S tier, you failed. 2 is pushing it. I mean, we have a lot of movies on this list, Rhyology Boy. Just to set your scale right.
I really very strongly feel that this is A tier, not S tier. I very strongly feel that way. I think you're going to make a lot of executive decisions here.
Reserve S for like 3, not 5, not 6. Like
you cannot put 5 or 6 in S tier. That is absurd. Also,
War is better than Endgame.
I think you also have to try to reckon with the fact like this is a tier like within the universe, right? So like we're not saying that these are all S tier movies, or not arguing against the fact that they are like.
Something weird's going on with your camera, Dan. Oh wait, no, you're back.
I'm back, right? Oh, but now you're
I'm
gone.
not back.
Oh, golly. We've never had so many problems before. I think you should be back now, right? This is the problem. This is the problem stream.
So I'll let you know.
No,
the chaos of the cameras.
You're still
not
back. The
chaos of the cameras is part of the price of admission here.
You're still not back. Oh, also, I know why your thing got fucked up, I think, from before.
Well, I'm going to just keep talking to the chat.
I think it's because I opened chat.
Adriax, my resident data nerd in my life, says we need a bell curve, and now that he's saying that, I think
exactly.
Right.
I agree 100%.
The B should be the most common category, essentially. Go ahead and toss Infinity War in A tier. I think that's right. If I was putting 6 or 7 movies in S tier, Infinity War would probably be there.
Y'all, I'm sorry. I have no idea why Preston is gone.
Rap Hamlet while we wait for Preston to come back. If he's doing that, he's not going to be able to get me to come back is the problem. To be or not. To be. That is the question. To be or not. To be. That is the question. There you go. There's your beat. S means broken too good. Yeah, and I do think there are a couple that I'm gonna throw in there.
All right, Preston's back. Preston is back, and also I can fix his thing to what it was.
Right now,
we're rookies, folks. We're big rookies here.
On this philosophy that Chad is proposing for me, I'm saying 3 I would put in S tier. So I feel good about that moving forward. So let's put Infinity War in A, if you can, Dan.
Yeah, I will. Let me get your camera fixed just real quick.
Yeah, no problem.
So you're back to good, and what you should be.
Okay.
All
right. Dan's gonna throw Infinity War in A, and our next movie here is Black Panther. Now I'm gonna make a statement here, and I want to hear thoughts from chat. I think Chadwick Boseman is better as a character. I shouldn't say Chadwick Boseman is better as a character. I think Black Panther is handled better as a character in Civil War than he is Black Panther. I think the character of Black Panther and Chadwick Boseman as an actor don't have a lot to do in Black Panther. I still think it's a B. I still think it's absolutely, if you're doing a run through the MCU and I'm telling you what to go out of your way to watch, it's still on there. It's not the must-haves, but it's still on there. So I'm going to put Black Panther in B.
Thank you for the bits, Rhyology Boy. I agree with this. I think Black Panther is also
Civil War,
B.
But I find this offensive. I think Michael B. Jordan bumps up Black Panther a lot, but that last fight scene, very bad. Chadwick Boseman and the character of Black Panther is not given.
Did I freeze? I froze again. What the hell?
Chad sounds right. Well, it's not S. Well, no, I don't think it's S.
I actually agree with Preston here. I think Black Panther was pretty massively overrated. Yeah, I think it's a good, enjoyable film.
Thought it was S.
It's a good, enjoyable film.
I mean, it got a Best Picture nod, which is kind of.
I'm not saying it's bad. It's a good, enjoyable film, but I feel like it is not S and it's not A. Quite frankly,
it's B.
It's really not.
It's B.
Killmonger's
a great villain.
He's a very good villain.
I still think he's the most entertaining part of that movie. I think you like sit up a little bit when he's on screen, and I think a lot of the rest of it is lacking. It does do a lot to build out Wakanda in a very short amount of time, and I love that. But
why B? Because it's just fine. I feel like there's nothing exceptional about it.
If you really want me to tell you why B, it's because first of all, I don't think any of the side characters are carrying. They've got an incredible cast for that movie, and they do nothing. Like, it has the same problem that Ant-Man has, where all of its side characters are given nothing to do besides fall into tiny little character roles. And they've got these, like, world-class actors and actresses in there, and they just kind of meh. But it's good. That last fight scene with them on the train track is a complete travesty, by the way. Just, like, absolutely awesome.
We've discussed this before, actually.
Yeah, I think Keith or KR Magic, as his Twitch name is called, I think he agrees with me here that like that fight actually, itself brings down the movie a peg.
That actually is my middle name, Adrian.
Name a flaw besides the final fight scene CGI.
Name something about it that's exceptional.
Name a flaw besides the final fight scene CGI.
I feel like its pacing is kind of slow.
Black Panther does not have a character development in this movie. I legit think, like, for a protagonist in a movie, he does not start somewhere and end somewhere else. And that's basically what a movie has to be, and it's kind of not that. Like, Killmonger has more development than Black Panther does. The world building is great. The cinematography is okay. You're remembering that one shot where the camera flips on its head, and it's very good. Everything else is kind of fine. It's totally fine. It's passable. Best villain in the MCU, Killmonger. Sure.
That's probably true, but also I feel like
Thanos is pretty good, but that almost doesn't count.
I don't think Thanos is a good villain. That might be like my hottest take. I think the Marvel Cinematic Universe villains are kind of lacking across the board, actually.
A lot of them are. The Ant-Man one is just awful. I think Black Panther being in B is where it belongs.
I think it's right. I think it's right, Preston. Yeah. Okay.
Captain America: The First Avenger. This is tough for me because it holds a very special place.
Let me bring you back. I don't know why we're having so many technical difficulties. We try to do tier lists and everything just falls apart.
The gemstones are dumb. Gemstones are done. Forrest Whitaker carries the entire movie. I can't tell if you're joking or not, Parapol. He's only on screen for like 3 minutes.
Wait. Does Ryle Boy is talking about a different movie. I really just think that Black Panther is. I feel like it's slow in a lot of places. I don't know. I remember I was very underwhelmed by it.
B is the right spot for it for me. Captain America: The First Avenger. Here's what's the challenge.
Got nothing for this one for you. This one's all you.
As in, you haven't seen it, or you hate it, or what?
I have not seen it.
Okay. Parapol says The First Avenger is a B or C tier. So here's my thinking. The first half of this movie is A tier. The second half of this movie is C tier.
-10. Everyone hates us now for Black Panther B tier, which.
Listen, it's fine.
It surpurons me. I think it's overrated, folks. I'm sorry. Listen, everyone in chat is so white. Okay,
we've got to move along. We've got to move on. We're on Captain America now, and I will say again, the first half of this movie is A tier. The second half of this movie is C tier. So I guess Daniel, you tell me, does that mean it goes in B?
Wait.
I said this on our last stream that the first Captain America movie, up until the point he rescues Bucky, is really good. It's really solid, and then the second half almost shouldn't be there.
Okay, so you're saying first half is A tier, second half C tier?
Yes.
I mean, it's hard for me to say. The second half of movies is typically more important than front half of movies, I believe.
This one is certainly not the case. I mean, like, If this was an hour-long movie, it would be an A. That's for sure. I think B is the right place for it. It's a really good character introduction. So like,
Chat, what do we think?
You definitely have to watch it if you're doing a run through of the MCU. Like you can't really skip it. Like it's a great character introduction for Steve Rogers, but the second half of it is very skippable. So I think that pushes it down, and it's in B. The ending is trash.
Bobby, I'm sorry, but Infinity War is straight up a more enjoyable movie experience than Black Panther.
That's absolutely true.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
Doesn't matter what Chad thinks. Adriac says C for Captain America, and I think he's right. Can we make F tiers?
We can.
Could, but
we're using a pre-built thing.
Okay, so
Adrian says C tier for Captain America.
I think that's right.
All right, I'm doing it. Right. I'm doing it.
Yeah. Wait. No, I meant B. It's B.
Well,
I'm gonna do like real quick. S tier is a great movie for people who don't even like superhero movies. For people who hate superhero movies. A tier is a movie for people who like action or good movies. B tier is
Paul says C tier.
If you're doing a watch through of the MCU, you have to watch the B tier movies if you're doing a watch through, and that's where Captain America belongs. Like, it's a fantastic character introduction for the first 40 minutes, and then it sucks. But you have to watch it.
You can't put a movie that then sucks after 40 minutes in B tier. I don't think you can.
Well, because if it was just the first hour, I'd put it in A, but it's not. So
but
it gets bumped down a peg.
No, come on, you can't do that. Chat also seems to be pretty unanimous. I'm putting in C. I'm putting in C. I'm doing it.
Fine.
Your review for why it should be B is a review for why it should be in C, and you're just twisting it right at the very end to put it in B for some reason.
Okay, that's fine. All right, we're moving on to Winter Soldier.
I disagree with that Urology Boy for the best standalone movie.
I think Black Panther I like because it's the best movie that can stand alone. I definitely don't agree with that.
I do not agree with that at all.
Definitely not. And I think we'll get to that eventually of what I think is the best standalone.
I'm not a fan of Chris Evans either, Bobby. I agree with you on that.
Love Chris Evans. I mean, he's just very attractive. Like, what's
I don't think he's that attractive.
What's challenging for me here is Captain America is my favorite character in the MCU, and like I have the comic books, and like, so it's tough for me. I
agree with that in general, Outway. That's why I have not watched most of these. Yeah, and I agree. I don't think Chris Evans is that attractive. I really don't.
Okay.
Fake hot. I agree.
Right.
He's got kind of a weird face. And his head doesn't fit on his body.
Captain
He's
America,
got a little tiny little head.
Winter Soldier is our next one.
Okay, this is the one people lose their minds to, right? About how good it is.
People lose their damn minds. What is thank you for your service, Preston? Is that what that means?
Yeah, that is what that means. I don't know why he's thanking you for your service, though.
Winter Soldier is overrated.
Lila says D tier.
In S. Winter Soldier is not D.
Is Chris Evans tall? How tall is Chris Evans? Now I want to know.
I think he's pretty short.
Oh, if I do this, it's gonna fuck up the. Yeah, okay.
Because he said Cap is his favorite. Bobby T. Winter Soldier's A. I don't know that Winter Soldier's A. I'm stuck between A and B on Winter Soldier.
He is 6 foot.
So Dan, I'm stuck between A and B on Winter Soldier. So I think I'm gonna let chat decide between those two tiers. I will not accept C or S. So A or B.
Bobby says Winter Soldier is A. I got a 6 foot reading on Chris Evans' height. It's brazen.
I think Winter Soldier is like, people think it's like the best MCU movie, and I just don't.
I have heard people say that.
Like, I don't really get it. I don't see it. I really like it, but I don't see that it's the best. You know what? It might be the best run of comics that Marvel's done, or it's not. That's an insane thing to say. It's in like the top 5, top 10. The Winter Soldier run. It's really good, but it's.
Yes, I'm with you, Urology Boy. Chris Pine really is it. Chris Pine, underrated.
Winter Soldier, we should put.
It seems A tier. Oh, chat is saying A tier. So why B tier? I've not seen this movie. We're tiering a movie I've never seen in my entire life. That's what we do here on Drafted.
Why is it B instead of A? It's tough. I mean, it for me, it literally sits right between there. So I think you either put it all the way on the right side of A or all the way on the left side of B.
Mm-hmm. I'm not going to mess around with the siding. Bad call. Yeah. Chris Pine looks like the main character doll in Team America World Police. That's a little true. Winter Soldier straight to D, says Lila. Watched it and literally couldn't tell you what happened. It all felt underwhelming and just some franchise transition. And if you don't care about the full universe, it doesn't stand on its own. God damn.
This is one of the reasons I'm tempted to bump it down.
Should we
judging
tier
this on things I would recommend to people? It doesn't really add to the universe that much.
People are saying they don't remember it.
It introduces Bucky Barnes, but it almost doesn't introduce Bucky Barnes.
I'm moving it down to B.
It introduces like bad guy Bucky Barnes, which is not the real Bucky Barnes. So like, I put it in B, Dan. Put it in B.
Okay, I moved it to B, which doesn't seem to please anyone. Everyone thinks it should be lower or higher in chat, so that's just perfect.
Well, that means it's the right spot.
It also put this on next live show. We will tier Chris's, celebrity Chris's.
Ooh, love that.
Because that is what chat has broken down into right now.
All right, up next, we've got Captain Marvel. And I think the only thing I can say about this entry in the MCU is that I have very little to say about it, and I think it goes in C. Like, it's a very forgettable entry. Is
this not D tier then? Is this not D tier?
No, it's not as bad as the ones that are straight up like shouldn't exist kind of movies. It's not that bad, but it's definitely C. It's either C or D, and I'm gonna say C.
What do we think, chat? Y'all so white. No, this is the problem. I feel like the people who love Black Panther like want too much to like diversity. It's not that great of a movie. It's just not. I'm sorry.
It's just not.
It's good, but it's not. It didn't blow my mind.
I'm actually super convinced the next one's gonna be great. Like, I think one of the reasons the MCU has done so well, and that one of the reasons I like it a lot actually, is that they seem to learn from their mistakes. They seem to learn from things they don't do well. And I am convinced the next one's going to be a banger. I think the next one's going to be, like, up near A. I think the characters that's going to introduce to are great. Like, everything's going to be great about that movie. I'm convinced. But this current one goes in C, and I'm not willing to merit it with any more discussion than that.
Also, I just want to say that, like, Black Panther in T'Challa, that's his name, right? He's a bitch in 90% of that movie, and I hate him. It makes me not like Black Panther most of that movie.
This is kind of what I was saying. Is like he's not really given anything to do. Like, he has the same goal at the beginning of the movie that he has at the end, and it's just like.
Bobby says Captain Marvel is B. Does anyone else have any arguments on?
If I'm telling Daniel by putting something in C tier, if I'm telling Dap Sauce here, what he can skip. If he's doing a full run through of the MCU,
I'm skipping all of them. I'm skipping all of them.
I know you are, but this is how I'm like compartmentalizing them in my head. C is the ones you should be able to skip, and
we'll put it in C for now. I remember the reviews on Captain Marvel were very, very lukewarm at best.
Well, and here's the thing: people need to hate. They don't need to hate. People need to dislike Captain Marvel.
See, Lila didn't even see it.
People need to dislike Captain Marvel because it's not a good superhero movie. They don't need to dislike Captain Marvel because it has a female lead, and that's what a lot of those assholes do. So that felt bad to me, but like that doesn't excuse it for being just like not a great movie.
Listen.
It would be great if I could combat the sexist assholes by saying it's great, but it's not.
No, I need to address chat here, okay? They're getting all bent out of shape about how we're disregarding them. If it's a movie that both of us have seen and I can lend a second opinion to the tier, I feel comfortable doing that. But like if I've not seen it, then I don't want Preston to just be the only one deciding. So that's when I want to open the forum.
Yeah.
People getting so salty about this right now. These are stupid superhero movies. Why do people care so goddamn much? Jesus.
I care a lot about this.
I know you do.
I do think we are accomplishing the bell curve right now. We're doing better. I have adjusted well, and I like where everything is at right now. I don't regret any of these placements at the current point.
Okay, where are we at with Civil War?
Although Captain America, the First Avenger, I do regret. I think that should be in B, but I get you that you had chat come in and push that, and that's fine.
I mean, the people were hating on it. People were absolutely hating on it, so.
Yeah.
C felt like a good compromise. What about Civil War? I feel like this is another one that people rave about.
People have strong opinions about this. I personally really, really, really like it. But I'm leaning between A and B here. Civil War is the warm up for Infinity War. Like, it tries to become a good movie. Excuse me.
Damn, Bobby says fuck Civil War.
It tries to become a good movie by throwing a lot of characters at you.
Not a huge fan of that. That's kind of what I feel like some of the early Avengers movies do. Also, if I'm being quite honest,
it feels cheap. It feels like it feels unearned. And by the time they get to Infinity War, it feels earned. And I think that's the difference. So I think it goes in B.
I didn't even know that it had a villain. I thought it was just like all about internal conflict.
The villain in Civil War is trash. Yeah, like the Civil War comic is clearly narratively executed a lot better than the movie, and the movie seems to rush through everybody picking sides and things like that. It still makes for great action scenes, though. It's definitely in B. I'm not
B, okay.
recommending a single person doing a run through of the movie skipping that one, so it's definitely B. The question is it A? And I think probably not. The villain is Captain America.
Rhyology Boy with the brilliant glory shout out. Give him hell, 64. Denzel with a single tear as he's getting whipped.
The villain is forgettable AF. By the way, can I real quick take a turn here and say that the Falcon and the Winter Soldier TV show would be a B, and WandaVision would be probably an S. Probably an S tier.
Whoa! Yeah. Chat, are we good with B tier for Civil War? People seem to not have strong feelings on it.
The villain is Captain America.
Yeah, Captain America kind of
government.
Listen. I have not seen all of the Marvel movies. I have not liked Captain America in a single movie that I've seen. I
really?
dislike him. Yeah.
Okay.
I think he's an annoying character. I don't like Chris Evans. I think that's his point, right? He's supposed to be like the nerdy, wholesome counter to Tony Stark.
Too pure.
And I fucking hate him. So
Wanda started S and ended D. I think that's a little spicy of a take.
Bobby says Civil War is C.
I don't think it's C. C again is what I'm having people skip. And I'm definitely not having people skip Civil War. I think it belongs in B. So we should move on, Dan.
Okay. So our next one is Doctor Strange, which is one that I've seen, but I saw it on a plane.
Well, why don't you tell me about Doctor Strange then? Do you have any memories of it?
Very little. I mean, I remember that like it ends right with where he does like the time loop trick,
which is pretty cool.
Which I thought was pretty cool, pretty clever. Yeah. And I remember enjoying it. I remember thinking it was fun, but at the end of the day, I don't really remember a whole lot about it.
Yeah.
So to me, it seems like a B or C.
That's exactly what I was going to say. It's going to be between B or C, so I think we let chat decide if they're up for that. Because would I recommend people skip Doctor Strange? I don't know. Like, maybe. Because when he comes back in the later movies, like, you don't need to know much about him besides the fact that he just
B- is Adrian. That's kind of where I'm at. Bobby says CAF. Bobby says C again. It is trippy. And I will say it does feel like a pretty unique Marvel movie experience. It doesn't. Yes. It has like
definitely different.
Yeah, it feels different. Chad is saying C though, and I honestly feel very fine with that.
I'm a huge sucker for origin stories too.
It can be hard to remember Strange.
Pushes it to B.
Oh, you're saying it push it to B?
I think so. I'm a huge sucker for like.
I will say
they have powers and then watch how they change their character into them.
I mean it's a little rote, I would say. It's kind of the trope at this point. I think, although he does clearly have a unique gaining powers experience. But I do agree with Sprays. And Sprays says if Black Panther is B, Stranger kind of has to be a C. And I do agree with that. I think Black Panther definitely is a more seminal movie than
Black Panther is better than Doctor Strange.
Yeah, definitely.
I would agree with that.
I think by a
tier. It still feels bad to put it in C, but like, yeah, you're not doing the left-right thing. But for me personally, just so everybody knows, it would go like probably all because I do think Doctor Strange is better than Ant-Man and the Wasp.
Okay.
So I would put it all the way on the left, but that's okay.
All right. Next appears to be an Avengers movie. Is this Endgame?
Endgame. That's Endgame. A. I mean, if
just
we're putting
A, not S.
If we're putting Infinity War is probably, I don't know that it's better than Endgame. I enjoy Endgame a lot, but it's like it is a whole movie of fan service. Like, but I think that people hear that and they're like, oh, well, that's bad. No, that's good. Like, it's okay to have a whole movie of fan service when your fans have been experiencing this for like 2 decades. So I think, but I think it's A.
Okay.
It's probably worse than Infinity War as a standalone movie.
Okay.
Which means it has to be an A, but it's definitely not B.
Okay. Yeah, I thought you were gonna push for S.
Here,
so
honest with chat here, that movie, watching it in the movie theater, made me cry. No joke. It made me think about my life in a way I was not prepared for.
I remember I didn't watch this movie, but I read the plot synopsis, and a lot of it seems just really. I mean, I know it's a superhero movie, but even with that framing, seemed very ridiculous to me.
It's fan service. The whole movie is fan service, but I think that's fine, and I think that's what it was supposed to do, and it did it really well. So I think it's A.
Okay. No one seems to be wanting to murder us over that, so I think that's fine.
I think that's fine. Fan service is never good. Fan service killed Game of Thrones. That is not a fair comparison at all. That is not fair in the slightest. Also, how did fan service kill Game of Thrones? Like, they were actively not servicing the fans by the end of that show. What do you mean? I mean, I guess with the Clegane Bowl, you could say that fan service was like really hard-headed in there. Endgame is B. I don't think so. The whole franchise is fan service. Yeah, it's true. I mean,
that's quite facts. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so the next is Guardians 2, which is what sparked this argument last week.
The John Danny thing did seem a little forced.
Yeah, that was the force.
That was pretty fan servicey.
The Guardians 2, for me, because this is at least we're gonna start with this being my tier list, and then Daniel and chat will adjust it. Guardians 2 is A tier.
No, that's ridiculous.
I think
it's clearly C.
I totally disagree.
I think it's fine. I think like I'm amazed that you think so highly of this movie. So much of it is forgettable to me. I think it ends cool and like it's touching with Yondu, and that like kind of redeems the whole movie, but I feel like the rest of it doesn't really add very much.
I think there's more to it than that. I think there's a lot of great. Here's the main thing I say about Guardians 2 every time, is that in Guardians there are 5 or 6 characters depending on which version you're using.
Oh, I disagree with Bobby on the both Guardians films. I not to jump ahead, but I think the first is going to be the first movie that I suggest that we put in S tier.
I think the first is better too, but Guardians 2, all 5 of those characters have great development in that movie. They all move from one emotional place to another, and that is really hard. That's a really difficult thing to write, especially for characters that don't interact with people like human beings, like they're aliens. Like, I think it works super well. It's funny, it's heartwarming. I recommend that movie to people who don't watch a lot of superhero movies but want something that's kind of like a campy comedy, and I think it's great. So I am pretty firm on Guardians being in A tier.
It's gonna have to go B at highest for me. I just like I don't even remember that much about it. Like, Groot can tap my aquifer. Do you know what I mean? That's disturbing, Rhyology boy. That's extremely disturbing.
Yeah, I didn't like that at all. What you just said.
I like it's just.
Where's Chris? We had this conversation last time about Chris Pratt is a bad person. I don't want to know about that because I love Parks and Rec and I love the Guardians movies. Like, stop.
He just is like extremely religious to an anti-gay level
diversity degree. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think Guardians 2 is A. Daniel seems to think it's C, which is a whole nother thing. But if that's the case, we should probably put it in B.
Bobby says 2 is B. Adrian says lean towards Daniel. He was so good in Parks and Rec. I agree. Okay, we can compromise and put it in B.
I'm okay with that if we're compromising between the two of us. But I just want everybody to know, in my personal list, it would be A. I have a strange affinity for this movie. I think it's really, really good. I think it's shot super well. The character moments are really good. Yeah. Anyways.
All right, there we go.
We should move on.
Okay, Guardians of the Galaxy 1. This is S tier for me. I think this is probably my favorite Marvel Cinematic movie that I have seen.
Really? Your favorite?
Yeah, it's one of my top 2. It's extremely funny. It's extremely rewatchable. A lot of great characters. I don't know. I think it's extremely memorable. At the time it felt like a very different spin on the Marvel Cinematic, like what Marvel Cinematic movies could be.
Yeah.
I remember just really like I saw it late. Like I saw Guardians of the Galaxy for free at my student movie theater after it had already been in real theaters, and I went and saw it with Sprazen and That Handsome Jack, and they were repeat watching it, and I went in with like pretty low hopes or not like no real expectations, and loved it. It was hilarious. It made me laugh so hard, and it's very touching and endearing. Soundtrack's amazing. I think it's an easy S tier.
Yeah, it's S tier. What's amazing to me about this movie is that Marvel Studios developing this movie. This movie.
Okay, time out. We need to address what Buttspot just said.
What did he say?
So Bobby says
A and very maybe S, but fuck Pratt. Oh, Buttspot, what are you doing?
Oh, Buttspot.
Oh my God. Okay, hold on. Let me make my point here.
Okay.
Marvel Studios is still in its youngin' days developing Guardians. If Guardians doesn't work, there is no MCU. It is so weird and it is so out there, and they have to convince these people that are fine with Captain America because it's patriotic, and they're fine with Iron Man because Robert Downey Jr. is funny, to come see this movie about a raccoon in a tree. Like, it is so out there that it has to work, and it somehow does. Like, so many franchises under that pressure would cave, and this movie is just really, really solid. It introduces you to the characters super well. It's funny. It might be the funniest MCU movie. It's definitely up there.
I've not seen Ragnarok, which a lot of people cite
I'm
as
considering
funniest.
Between it and Ragnarok as being the funniest. It's really good. I think Ragnarok is probably funnier, but I think it goes in S tier. And I think
I agree.
votes in that, chat's not going to talk us out of that.
Yeah, it's S tier. It's S tier for sure. It's an awesome movie, and Sprazen said this in chat earlier. Like it transcends the cinematic universe, which I think it is what it needs to be truly S tier. My parents couldn't give a shit about superhero movies. They love Guardians of the Galaxy. It is a Princess family favorite.
That's the same logic I'm using. That S tier has to be a movie I could recommend to anybody, like my grandmother. Yeah, and that belongs in there. A raccoon in a tree, Pocahontas walks so Guardians could run. Absolutely true. Rhyology boy. Okay.
Okay. What's next? I was reading chat and space.
I think
Iron
Man 2 is next. No, Iron Man 2.
Is this not Iron Man 1? Oh no, yeah, it is Iron Man 2. Iron Man 2 is D tier. We all agree on that, right? Do we even need to discuss it? Iron Man 2 fucking sucks.
It's really bad.
It's really bad. It's D tier. It shouldn't have been made. It's D tier.
It's between C and D, and yeah, it's probably D. We need to fill in the D category, and I think
it's easy D tier.
This is the first one to go in D. The villain in Iron Man 2 makes no fucking sense. Neither of them do.
And it's a shame because it's a really good actor, Mickey Rourke. Yeah, the Russian guy, my Bert.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're moving on. I agree. Easy D. So next is the electric guy with the bird. It didn't make any sense.
It's just not good.
It's awful.
It's D.
So we're gonna move on.
Bad.
So Iron Man 3 is C or D, I think.
No. I have such respect for this movie. I love this movie. I don't. The
villain in this movie is bad too. Mickey Rourke was the bad guy. Yeah.
It's true. The villain in this movie is bad.
It's a cop out.
It's B. Iron Man 3 is B, and I'm firm on that.
No, it's not going higher than C.
Between A and B, and I think it's B.
A is insane, Preston. Insane.
It's B.
It's not B. Chat is all saying D. Iron Man 3 fucking blows. I mean, your A vote might. Adrian says B.
You can't put it in D. You can't put it in D.
Oh wait, okay. I think chat was behind. Maybe. Because now
right. The parallels over with 1 is really cool. Yes, he's absolutely right. It's gotta be. It's B for me. If you want to push it to C, I'm okay with that. It cannot be D. It does not belong in D.
Okay. Chat. I think might have no 3 and D. Iron Man 3 is the same category. Other movie, but yeah, it's C at best. I think.
Fine, put it in C.
I'll put it in C. I'll put it in C.
I want to forget about this because this is the one I disagree with people the most on. Just
Iron Man on first Iron Man.
No, Iron Man 3 is the one I disagree with people the most on. Is that like I like character development in superhero movies. I'm a sucker for when in superhero movies you take the person out of their powers. Give them kryptonite, and you take Tony Stark away from his suit and make him have to do stuff on its own. I'm such a huge sucker for that, and that's why I have it so high. But I think C is fine.
Okay.
It definitely doesn't build on the universe. You could absolutely skip it and totally be fine on the rest of the MCU, and that's probably a good argument for it being.
Yeah, we're moving on to Iron Man 1. I think it's S. I think Iron Man is S tier.
It's not. Can I tell you why I think it's kept from being S?
Sure.
The villain in this movie makes no fucking sense. He's just evil for no reason. And
no, he wants to be he wants to be a warlord.
I mean, I guess, but why? Because
he wants to be rich.
To be a warlord. He just is a warlord.
Okay, but I think he's the realest real world, the most real world villain probably in any of the MCU movies.
I think no.
Obadiah Stane is a real person who operates in the real world.
I am going to fight you down from here. I think Iron Man as a movie is B. I'm okay with putting it in A.
I'm rethinking everything that Preston has said on all these other movies and just going to go with Chad, I think, on everything instead. Because the movies that I know that I have actually seen, he is so far off base with me. It's hard to trust him.
I'm not. We agreed on
B
Guardians.
tier?
We agreed on Iron Man 2. We agreed on a lot of stuff. I think it's B.
Sprazen. There are likely multiple people almost to a T. Obadiah Stane is a real person. He's an actual villain. But I will relent and put A.
It's definitely not S. It is absolutely not S.
It's much closer to S than B. Much closer.
But it's A. But just put A. A I'm okay with. Especially because it's the first MCU movie and Robert Downey Jr. is a person and all that. A is fine. A is fine.
It sets the whole table.
Yeah.
Yeah. You don't get the MCU if Iron Man wasn't as good as it was. Okay, next is which Spider-Man?
That's Spider-Man Far From Home.
That's the first one or the second one?
The second one.
Okay, I've not seen this one.
Now you've not seen it.
No.
Spider-Man Far From Home is S tier.
All right, chat. I'm gonna need you to come through and defend Preston on this.
It is one of my favorite MCU movies, no doubt. It is so good. I would highly recommend it to people who don't even like superhero movies. The thing it does well is it prioritizes being a teen comedy, then a superhero movie. It's very funny. It's very charming. The acting in it is great. The side characters are given really great character moments of stuff to do. It is fantastic. The villain is perfect. Spider-Man Far From Home is S tier. Is it the one with Mysterio? Yes, it is.
Sprazen is hating.
Preston's rankings are entirely personal, not objective. How am I supposed to objectively rate art?
Yeah, I mean, I think the point is that it's supposed to be somewhat subjective.
I don't know how I would even do that.
Objectively would just be just tier it based on Metacritic ratings.
Yeah, I would just go to the Rotten Tomatoes and just rank it on that. So I feel good about doing this personally. This is why we're here. Actually, I haven't seen this one. I don't think it's on Disney Plus for whatever reason.
Also, Sprazen says, I'm never rooting for him undrafted again, but that is dishonest because I don't think she's ever rooted for Preston undrafted.
Yeah, nobody does, and it's fine.
She's my sister, so. Parrot Paul says A tier.
It's S. It's S. It's so freaking good.
Has anyone else seen it?
Really go watch this.
I can't, man. I'm so done with the Marvel movies.
We don't have to get into that right now.
I'm so done with it. The horse has been long since dead, and we continue to beat it and milk it.
By the way, Bobby D is right. It's not on the Disney Plus, and I don't know why.
I think for that reason alone, we got to put it in A tier.
No, it's S tier.
All right, I'll put it in S tier.
It's S.
I don't like your
This is potentially
dictating
my
of it,
favorite Marvel movie. It's really good. It's really good.
Okay.
It goes in S.
Is the first Spider-Man A tier? I really like the first Spider-Man, and I watched it
S
even
and
when
A
I
for
was
me.
pretty over the Marvel movies already when I saw this Iron Man or the Spider-Man, and I still enjoyed it.
Adrian says it's because it belongs to Sony. I think he's right. There's some sort of weird dispute
Rights thing going on.
Yeah.
Very well could be.
Far From Home, I originally had it in S when I thought S was going to be bigger, but if we're going for a bell curve shape here, it goes in A.
So the second Spider-Man is definitively better than the first one?
Yes.
Okay.
I think so.
I'm fine with A tier for Spider-Man. I think the villain is kind of bad, but I really enjoyed it despite that.
I like the villain. I think he's just fine. I think he's great, and I think they use him creatively. Like the moment of that movie where the villain intersects the teenager part of the movie is super creative for a Marvel movie. Like to make the villain intersect the personal life in that way, not just because he figures out a secret identity, but like he's the girlfriend's dad. Like it's such a very creative way to expand the character and all that. So I think it's great. But no, A tier feels right to me for this particular.
It has Zendaya as well, and that gives a lot of points. All right, next up is the first Avengers movie. This feels like B tier to me. B or maybe A. Maybe.
This is one of those stupid arguments you have with people of like, do you value significance over quality?
Tom Holland is older than you think he is. Thank you for the lurk, by the way, Parrot Paul. Tom Holland is like early mid-20s, I think.
I'll Google it for us.
Bobby says first Avengers is A.
I think it's either A or B. If you hold the significance in good weight, which I do, then it's A. Tom Holland is 25 years old. I think the first Avengers is A.
Honestly, I'm fine with putting it in A. It's a very fun movie. It's been a while since I've watched it, but I feel like I have probably seen it multiple times.
It's very fun, and the pressure on that movie is just immense. We've talked about that a couple times, but like it's just crazy. Also on the stream, Dan, we can no longer see S tier. I don't know what's happened here.
Oh yeah, it's because I think it's because I scrolled down to see the movies. Thank you for alerting me to that.
Sure. I don't think we need to see D tier if you've got to cut something off.
Yeah. Okay. Next though is Hulk. That's easy D tier, right?
I would potentially create a new.
Did you say B? Oh, okay.
I would potentially create a new tier.
Create an F tier? Yeah, I agree with that. Hulk is awful. It's laughable. I didn't even know that it was officially considered to be part of the MCU.
It's almost not. I mean, I don't. Here's the thing. Sometimes a movie can be so bad it becomes good again because it becomes entertaining to watch. Mm-hmm. Its biggest crime is it's not even that. It's not even like fun to watch.
Yeah, I remember being really, really bad. We won't need to discuss it. We're just gonna move on. Next is one of the Thors. I can't tell which one.
Thor: The Dark World. It's called Thor: The Dark World, and it goes firmly in D tier, baby.
Okay, I would say I've seen I think parts. Oh, not C tier. I think I've seen parts of both Thor movies on TV, and they both bored me to absolute death.
Yeah, this one goes firmly in D tier.
Okay. Dark World is bad. All right.
It's real bad. We're blowing through
I think
tiers, but I don't want to talk about them because I don't like just like shitting on stuff. But it's just not very good. I mean, like the Dark World's biggest crime is that it's completely forgettable. Like I couldn't tell you a single thing that happens in that movie, and I watched it a month ago. It's just not very good.
What about first Thor?
I think this is also where I disagree with some people. I think first Thor goes in D tier. I'm a sucker for character introductions. This does not do a good job of introducing the character. As
I've said, I've seen parts of both Thor movies, and they both just are exceedingly boring. Bobby says Thor is C.
It bores you to death. It's just like nothing
happens.
Nothing happens. I think Thor is D. So Bobby D is saying Thor is C. C is the tier of movies where I would recommend people watch if they were doing a watch through of the whole universe, and they shouldn't skip anything. And I don't think it belongs there. I think you can skip it and be just fine. So I think it goes in D.
Yeah, I'm putting it D. I'm very fine with
Sorry,
that,
guys.
based on what I have seen of it. Now Thor
It doesn't
Ragnarok.
belong in the D tier with the other movies. I mean, I think it's the best of the D tier movies, Bobby D, but I still think it doesn't belong in C tier. Absolutely not. What about when he dopely spikes the mug and demands more coffee? Iconic scheme. I mean, it sucks. It sucks super hard. I really dislike that movie. If only just because I think like you have to be so good when you're introducing a character, and it's really bad. It's the worst of the C movies. I mean, it's definitely between C and D, but it's probably the best of the D movies.
I feel very confident in saying that. I've not seen all of Thor, but based on what I've seen, I feel very confident in saying that the one movie in C tier that I have seen, which is Doctor Strange, is a tier above Thor.
It's
so I think we're gonna leave it as is.
So then our last movie here.
Yeah.
Last movie here is Thor Ragnarok, and here's
looks like we have
here's
split.
where it turns around.
We have a split decision so far in chat on Thor Ragnarok, though.
It's S for me. It's S for me.
S?
It's really good. Yeah. It's really good.
Yeah, I would be more inclined to put it in the A.
No. It's S.
S tier?
Here's the thing. There are 3 movies for me that are S tier Marvel movies where you could watch them alone and have a great time. And I think it's Guardians, Far From Home, and Ragnarok.
Bobby says too try hard.
Best Marvel movies made. It's not S because it's too try hard. Too try hard, dude. It's a fucking space odyssey with bright, vibrant. Of course, it's trying hard.
S for Tessa Thompson alone.
No,
Lila says B, but can live with A.
No, it's S.
Yeah. If Iron Man isn't S, neither is Ragnarok, says Sprays.
No, that's so wrong. It's so wrong. Ragnarok is potentially the best MCU movie they've made. It's S tier.
The jokes are tryhard, says Bobby. Chad is really winning me hard on this one.
No. It's just wrong. It's just wrong.
I think I have to.
I just
literally
watched this like a couple weeks ago, and compared to all the other MCU movies, it's just better. It's just moment to moment better.
Literally, no one else is saying it should be S.
All right. I mean, you can put it A if you want. It messes up our curve.
That's fine. You know, MCU has done a fine job. They've made more A's than B's. So that's fine. I mean, like maybe I'll watch it and I'll let you know if I think it's an S, and then we can retroactively make it S. But okay. Yeah, no one in chat has thought it's S.
I don't think I'm like fine with that, but
you've been called out here.
I've been
Teleclass says, "Dear Dapsauce, it has come to my attention that your guest Preston has been abusing his authority as a co-host for asserting his opinions and banning people for no good reason. I would appreciate it if you took some time out of your schedule to take action or remove his co-host status. Thank you. I will look into that, Teleclass. I take these accusations extremely seriously." Wow. I will look into it, and I don't think I'll be able to
learn how to edit the show on his own if he removes me as a co-host.
I think he means only for the stream.
Sure.
Okay. So that is the Marvel Cinematic Universe at tier list per the drafted hosts.
I don't feel super bad about that. Can I offer a quick recap here?
Yeah.
Because I think this is at least sort of a collaborative list, but my quick recap would be, I would move Iron Man to B. I would move Ragnarok to S. And I would move Guardians 2 to A. And
Iron Man to B is preposterous. Iron Man to B is. You want Iron Man and Iron Man 3 in the same tier?
Yes.
That's ludicrous, dude. That's ludicrous. That is too hot a take.
I just watched these all this year.
Well,
every single one of these this year.
I trust you. I trust that you watched them. All right, we're very quickly going to do the Pokemon S tiers, and then we will do something that is directly chat cooperative. We were going to do a bracket, and chat will have one of the 3 votes.
Thank you all for your input on that. I really do love talking about Marvel stuff with people as much as I seem like
I know you do, and you can't do it with me most of the time.
I have a strange affinity for these movies, and I love them so much. So thank you for letting me do that.
Thank you for not being too mean to Preston over his opinions, other than Sprays.
That's really what I was
Sprays
saying.
went a little too far. Okay, just very off the bat, Hydreigon easy D tier. for the
You gotta
pseudo.
let me have some input on this.
Okay. Well,
You let me have some input on this.
Hydreigon is just extremely ugly. We're just going based on design. Just Google image Hydreigon probably is like the best way to do it.
I can't even tell what that is.
It's a 3-headed dragon who's very ugly.
I don't like it.
I apologize to anyone. Ryle's boy saying Tyranitar S, no question. I don't know about that. We're gonna have to get to Tyranitar when we get there. I think Hakamo'o also D tier. I think I liked where they were going with Hakamo'o. Did not like where they ended up with him.
Which one's Hakamo'o?
He's the second one. He has like the weird chainmail on him.
Yeah. I don't really understand it.
I don't either. I think Dragonite. I think Dragonite's probably A tier, if I'm being honest.
I think Dragonite would be S, but he's just not very threatening. He looks very cuddly. But
yeah, he's very cute.
Such a nice, proud history.
He's very cute and extremely powerful, which is cool. He's also the very first pseudo-legendary. I think he gets a lot of points for that. Yeah, Dragonite's A.
Feels like a good spot.
Glad Lyle agrees with me on that. Charizard would be C tier for me, Bobby. I think Charizard is extremely overrated mod. I don't think he's that cool. Jinx S tier. Pikachu B. I could see. Yeah, I think Pikachu's probably a B tier Pokemon. Charizard easily C tier, though, for me. Okay, next up we have Dragapult. I really like Dragapult a lot. I think it's a pretty cool design. I think he's very minimally B tier, but perhaps A tier with Dragonite.
Dragapult.
But I feel like I'm going to want to put a lot of these Pokemon in A tier. Like each of the next two. So maybe he's actually B tier. Because I think here we'll put Dragapult B tier for now, and we'll put Garchomp A tier. Garchomp is extremely cool. He's a land shark Pokemon and also a dragon somehow. I don't know how that worked out.
He's the upcoming Pokemon Go Community Day, so I'm excited to learn about him.
Biology boy, too soon. Lila says Dragapult S, which makes me feel better about. Okay. Dragapult is cool as hell, and you know what? I am putting him fucking S tier. Dragapult is fucking sick. I honestly put him in B tier because I was trying to hold myself back, so I thought I would get hate for that. But he's going S tier because he's dope as hell. I think Goodra is B tier. Goodra is a B tier. It's pretty cute, but not a whole lot more than pretty cute.
Wait, what did you just put as S tier?
Dragapult. I moved Dragapult from B to S.
From B to S?
Yeah, we're flying by the seat of my pants.
Oh my God.
We got Salamence. Salamence is C tier. I think Salamence they tried a little too hard to make another dragon for their pseudo-legendary, because Gen 2 pseudo-legendary is Tyranitar. And they're like, oh, we got to get back to dragon with Dragonite. And it's just too vanilla dragon. Like, they didn't really do anything cool or creative with it. Talcott says Goodra is C. I can see Goodra as a C, but I think Goodra is cute. I think Goodra is pretty clearly a tier above Salamence. And Salamence, I think, is definitely better than Hydreigon and Hakamo'o. Yeah, Mence in C is fine. Okay. Metagross, however you want to say it. I think he's either B or A.
Salamence is too wide.
He is too wide. He looks dumb.
He is kind of too wide.
Yeah. Metagross, not cool, says Biology boy. I can see him as B. I think his typing is very cool. It's cool that he's Psychic Steel. He's pretty unique looking. But I don't really know what he's supposed to be. Like, he's a robot, I guess.
He's an old table that came to life.
Yeah, he's a little weird. So I'm fine with putting Metagross in B tier. Everyone's saying Tyranitar S tier. I'm torn. I think he's definitely at least A tier. I'm not convinced he's S tier. But to win the good graces of chat, I will put him in S tier. Wait, Goodra is just a failed Galarian form of Dragonite? No, Goodra's cute, man. Goodra's cute.
It does look like that, though, to me.
The failed Galarian Dragonite?
It does not look legendary to me. It looks almost edible.
That's true. That's a good point. He doesn't really look like a pseudo legendary. He looks like he should have been just a normal dragon Pokemon, and so for that I will move him.
He looks closer to Dragonair, where he's like wavy.
Yeah,
you know?
I'll move him down to C tier. I like that logic. I like that reasoning. As a pseudo legendary, Goodra is cute. But yeah, maybe cute. But I don't know. I feel like I like Goodra so much more than I like Salamence.
Did you put Tyranitar in S?
I did.
Good man. That's the only opinion on this I really think is that.
Yeah, T-Tar is pretty fucking sweet. Goodra's the thing is the pseudo legendaries, and that keeps it in B. Yeah, you know what? Fuck it. I'm putting Goodra back in C. I'm back in B.
What?
I will put it behind Metagross though. I think it's because like he's cute and Salamence just kind of sucks, but I feel like Salamence deserves C and should not be in D. But maybe Salamence should be D and Goodra should be C.
I like Salamence.
I won't drop Salamence to D then because Preston likes Salamence.
Salamence is my only good Pokemon in Pokemon Go, so I have to like Salamence.
Oh, nice. Okay. Salamence sucks. That's right.
Okay, cool. Thanks, Biology Boy. Thanks for that.
I think Hakamo'o is D. I really do. I could see merits for putting Salamence.
Can we do a ranking of the legendaries?
Let's save it for next stream.
Okay.
Because that one will take longer because there's way more legendaries than final form pseudos.
Sure.
Was it a crime they didn't make Flygon? No. So I think they've fallen into this trap of like every dragon Pokemon has to be pseudo legendary. Goodra. I think Goodra would probably be cooler if he wasn't a pseudo legendary. Like if he was in the same tier as Flygon. Like Flygon is an awesome Pokemon. I agree it should be Dragon Bug rather than Dragon Ground. Flygon is awesome Pokemon, but you don't need to be a pseudo legendary to be a cool Pokemon. You know?
I don't know what the second form of Flygon is, but that definitely is Bug.
Vibrava.
I mean, that's a Dragonfly.
It's a Dragonfly.
That's a Dragonfly.
And
why is that not Bug type?
It's not Bug type. It's Ground Dragon. I couldn't tell you. I could not tell you.
Adrian's right. Blue Eyes White Dragon S tier for sure.
No.
Yes.
And you're both banned for even saying that.
Exodia double S tier.
Okay. I do not think that all the legendary birds are S tier. I think probably only one of them is. Of the original, because now they all have Galarian forms. Okay. I just want to do that real quick. They do. Fairly recently. Vibrava is extremely cute.
Galarian legendary birds.
Yeah, the Galarian ones are pretty sweet. The Moltres is very cool looking.
Oh my god, those look incredible. Are you kidding me?
They're cool. They're very cool.
Oh my god.
Okay, so we will do that on the next tier. What else did we say we would tier next time? Oh, Chris's. We will tier Chris's, and we will tier legendary Pokemon. Does that work for everyone?
Moltres is like probably the coolest Pokemon I've ever seen.
All right, we're now moving on to our bracket. And this one is going to be fun. Now, some of these people I might not know. They do not have names, okay? But we're going to go matchup by matchup here. And chat, you have a direct vote in each of these matchups. Now, we are not figuring out which pop star is better. That is not what we're doing. Preston texted me this idea for what he wanted to be an episode of the show. Mm-hmm. It would not work as an episode for the show, but I love the idea, so we wanted to do it as a bracket. And the bracket is, which pop star is the most likely to be an alien? So
now let's think about this for a second here before we begin. We have an alien who came to our planet, maybe like decades ago, immediately disguised themselves as a pop star, and then chose to rise to fame. Like, that's what we're thinking of. Something unnatural is going on.
On the right is Camila Cabello, yeah. So what do we think? Between Rihanna and Camila Cabello, who is more likely to be an alien?
It's Rihanna, and I have a reason.
I think it's Rihanna too, actually. I don't really have a reason. Sprazen says Camila for sure.
I have a reason for Rihanna.
My reason actually has more to do with Camila Cabello, because she is just such a basic pop star that only humanity could have put her forward.
Yes.
And Rihanna has actual talent. And for that reason, could have come here via alien ship.
Yeah, and Rihanna, yeah, yes, agreed.
Well, so, chat, what is your reason for Camila? I think she still dates Shawn Mendes, to my knowledge, Biology Boy.
Yeah.
People are saying Camila 100%, which I don't
that
get.
justification would only make sense if Shawn Mendes was also an alien. Because like I have the same argument for Shawn Mendes that I do Camila Cabello, which is like they're manufactured pop stars, and I think they're both fine, but they're
Tasha says Rihanna. I really think it's Rihanna, folks. Chat can have their vote, but
Just
unfortunately,
just
this
look
is
at
how
these two photos. Look at these two photos and tell me which one is closer to being an alien, and it's absolutely the one on the left.
Well,
Absolutely.
she didn't deal with Chris Brown. She left Chris Brown because fuck Chris Brown.
That's true.
Shawn Mendes is one of us, and you know what I mean by that. All right. Well, either way, Preston and I both think Rihanna is more likely to be an alien, so we're going for Rihanna. Next, this is also a very easy one for me. We have Selena Gomez versus Mariah Carey, and I think it's quite clearly Mariah Carey here.
I think so too. Mariah Carey has supernatural ability. Selena's like good. She's very pretty, but like Mariah Carey has that thing that nobody else can really replicate, and that's an alien trait.
She's also pretty weird, if we're being honest.
Very strange.
It's Mariah.
Odd.
Girl, it's my butter. Selena does look very young, I agree. But it's an easy Mariah Carey here, and Bobby agrees, and that's enough for me. Next, we have Adele and Miley Cyrus. This is a very interesting one.
I think it's Miley Cyrus.
I think it's Selena is average, and that makes her probably more likely to be a human. Maybe even below average, if we're being real. Adele, what? Oh, hey, Lannister. Wait, what? What's the matter?
You said Selena is below average at what?
Singing.
Oh yeah, no, you're probably right.
Okay.
Move along.
Let's not make this something it's not, Preston. House Lannister says Adele is 1,000% an alien. She's too good for this planet.
But here's the thing. Adele is very good, but she also like
justice for Butley.
Pop stars go. She's like pacing herself. Like she's not constantly in the limelight. She's not constantly dating other famous people. She's just like she's very like I'll put out music whenever it's ready kind of thing. And I don't think that's an alien attitude. Miley, however, is volatile. Miley could start a war between countries, and I think that's alien related.
This one is hard for me because Miley feels like the gut reaction because she is pretty weird, and Adele is extraordinarily talented, which you could argue is alien. But I think Adele is just so wholesome that I need her to be a human to give me hope.
She can't be alien. No, that's too dark. That's too dark. It has to be Miley.
Biology Boy says Adele is a peaceful alien. I need Adele. Yeah, Miley is kind of sus. I need Adele. Sus. I need Adele to be a human for my own sake. Thank you for the lurk, Lannister. Thank you for popping in for just a few seconds to say that Adele. Oh, okay, sounds good. That Adele is 1,000%. She's got a skeleton in her closet. Who does? Adele or Miley? Miley has a few, I think, probably. I'm going to vote Miley here. Miley also just like, she's got a lot of weird looks, that she likes to trot out. I think it's got to be Miley here. I love Adele too much to say that she might be an alien. This one feels almost too easy. We have Ed Sheeran and Sia. I mean, this is a stone cold lock for Sia, right?
Yes.
Do we even need to debate this?
Also, the fact that they found, like, Ed Sheeran was like a busker, right? He was like playing in a train station or something. Like, that's not what an alien would do. It's absolutely Sia. Sia might win this bracket. Like,
yeah, she's pretty weird. I mean, I love Sia, but Riley Boy says Adele keeps failing at relationships with humans because the alien-human miscoms. That's why she has so many hits about it.
No,
I don't know. I disagree. I disagree too. Riley Boy also seems to disagree that Sia is the alien here. Sheeran was in Game of Thrones. That's true.
Miley emptied her closet all over the floor. It's true. She doesn't have any skeletons in her closet because the closet doors are open.
Riley Boy does make a solid point here. Why is Ed Sheeran a star? I mean, he's clearly a pretty good singer, but like,
he's a fine singer. He's a much better songwriter. I would almost call him like a male Taylor Swift. Whereas, like,
that's a pretty fair comp, I would say.
He's compensating for earworms, right? Or he's not compensating. He's compensating with earworms. Like, he's fine, but he gets those little bugs that get stuck in your head, and it's very Swifty to me. So I think Yeah.
He overperforms his hair. I like that a lot, actually, Adrian. I've never heard
And I
that
think
phrase
Ed
before,
Sheeran
but I
would
like it.
beat a lot of other people if he saw them in the first round, but Sia has to win this.
See,
It's
that's
like
what
the most alien thing.
I think if Ed Sheeran were an alien, he would try harder to look good, and not be so content with looking like a frumpy half disaster all the time.
He'd be closer to a Bieber. Yeah.
So I vote Sia here.
Me too.
Next up, we have the aforementioned Taylor Swift versus, I believe that is Nicki Minaj. I believe.
The Twitch is behind you, so I can't see. That looks to me like Nicki Minaj.
Nicki Minaj is 100% not an alien. I think Taylor Swift. I think Taylor Swift is so devoid of actual human personality, and that is very evident in the way she has carried out her career. And I think it's probably because she's not a human. And therefore, I think she's an alien.
I don't know that I think Nicki Minaj is the alien here.
Okay,
I think Nicki Minaj is the alien because an alien looked at our planet and was like, "What will these space form life forms be attracted to?" And just made Nicki Minaj. Like,
no.
I think that's it. And I think like the music she writes is all about like, I'm gonna bring you back to my lair. Like I think it's very much Nicki Minaj. And yes, she wrote Starships.
Starships is a really strong argument. But like, would that not be too obvious? Like, would she not have avoided that because she's an alien?
Are meant to fly. I.
Google his ketchup line. What is that, Adrian? Explain the super. I don't know.
I'll Google it.
I'm 90% sure I wasn't goofed when I heard about it. I had no idea what that means. Tasha, she's not an alien. She could be an alien. Explain the stupidest lyrics in pop history, if not a message for her race.
Ed Sheeran has a ketchup tattoo.
Oh, that's stupid. I don't like Ed Sheeran.
What?
Anymore. Why does he have a ketchup tattoo?
I don't know. That's weird.
All right, so it seems chat is voting Nicki Minaj as the alien. I'm fine with that.
Yeah, it makes a lot more sense to me.
Next, we have The Weeknd versus oh my God, what's this girl's name?
I don't see Twitch yet.
I
don't know who that is.
She's the one who's like a big basketball fan. She has a really good basketball Twitter. She did that song East Side with Khalid.
Is that Norah Jones? That's not Norah Jones.
No, it's not Norah Jones. Hang on, I'll have it in a second.
Is that Halsey?
It's Halsey, yes. It's Halsey. It's clearly Halsey. Have any of you seen Halsey's wardrobes? Thank you, Bobby, for the Halsey. I was gonna get there eventually.
I really like Halsey. I didn't know what she looked like, but I listened to a lot of her music because it's a bop. But
Norah Jones. Yeah.
It's probably not.
Yeah, Adrian's gonna get pooped on for that. But Adrian, I appreciate you trying.
Adrian makes a good point. Did you see the halftime show?
It was pretty impressive. It was pretty weird, but I've also seen
something an alien would do.
I've also seen Halsey perform though, and I think it's arguably weirder.
I agree with you.
I like both of these artists. They make songs that I appreciate.
Me too.
Okay, now we have Sam Smith versus Dua Lipa. Now I love Dua Lipa.
I love Dua Lipa.
I do too.
Dua Lipa might be the best pop artist we've got right now. She's fucking good.
I buy that.
It's just electric.
Levitating is a fucking banger. I could listen to it 12 times a day.
Alien, it's because she's too good.
Yeah, this is kind of what I'm leaning towards.
To exist. And
I like Lannister. We can pretend to be an alien.
Like average. So
he's
with picking Dua Lipa.
Listen.
Agree it's because she's too good.
I think Sam Smith, talent-wise, is well above average. He's an incredibly talented singer. But yeah, I mean, he just seems like such an everyday guy.
Yeah.
I think Dua is more likely. I'm learning I don't know any pop artists.
I do not think I have heard a Dua Lipa song I don't like. And I've listened to pretty much all.
Preston and I actually have a very deep connection to New Rules.
Yes.
Also, and doesn't she sing about space? Yeah, like Levitating has like some celestial lyrics in there. So we're going Dua Lipa. Now here we go. Okay, this is a fucking landslide, right? Lady Gaga versus Shawn Mendes.
Lady Gaga might win.
It's not close, right?
It's Gaga.
Yeah, Levitating is not safe. Levitating
Lady
also
Gaga, if she was
is
an
my
alien
favorite pop
wearing-
song in a long time.
What is?
Levitating.
Yeah, Levitating is my favorite pop song probably the past few years. Yes.
Yeah.
We
Specifically
we're-
the one that
Daniel and I have
features
never-
DaBaby.
Daniel and I have like never talked about Dua Lipa, but we're suddenly finding that we like freaking just love.
Dua Lipa fucking rocks.
If Lady Gaga was an alien, then her
How did you know,
bathing suit
Sprayson?
would make a lot more sense if she was an alien.
Selena Gomez did not win. She was less likely to be an alien. Then I forget what her matchup was. But this one has to be Gaga. It has to be Gaga.
Yes.
She wore a meat dress, for crying out loud.
And that would make a lot more sense if she was an alien.
Yeah. Okay. So it looks like they're gonna have us do this whole half of the bracket before we go to the next one. This one's an easy Mariah Carey for me.
Couch Baby, I invite you to get me a pop song of the last few years that's better than Levitating.
That song, it fucking bangs, Couch Baby. I need more Gaga albums. Yeah, the last little bit has lost the way a little bit for me. This is Mariah Carey, right? Over Rihanna?
Yes.
To be quite honest, Mariah Carey might win this whole thing for me. Not to like spoiler alert the rest of the bracket here.
Yeah.
Yeah. That what was that? What was that fucking weird Gaga song where she's like in the Middle East for most of the music video, and then at the end it's like, oh, actually she was just imagining the whole thing as she's dying. Very weird, and the song is very bad. Yeah, it's got to be Mariah Carey. It has to be Mariah Carey. Now this I think is an interesting one. We have Miley versus Sia. Now I think the obvious answer, not Fernando, Adrian. God damn it, Adrian. We have Sia versus Miley. Now I can see this one going either way. So I kind of want to see what chat has to say about this matchup. Biology Boy screams Sia, which I could see. What do you think, Preston?
I think Sia's closer to an alien here. I mean, like behavior-wise, I think Sia is exhibiting closer alien behavior. Okay. Miley seems like someone we could have broken, like an actual human that we broke on our own.
Yeah, that's
Sia
fair.
seems like. I think we have differing opinions about Sia. You and
Hey, what's up, Sneaky?
I think it's Sia here.
As decided, every single person in chat is saying Sia. And I'm totally fine with that. I will even also vote for Sia to make it a clean sweep.
Wrecking balls are human devices that Miley used in violation of OSHA. Yeah, that's right. That definitely violated a lot of code.
Oh no! What happened to our What happened to our thing?
Ooh, we lost our bracket.
Yeah, hang on. Matchup mode. No, we already did this.
There's not a lot of men in this bracket.
God damn it! Are they gonna make?
Females are aliens.
Are they gonna make me go through this all again?
All females are aliens.
This might fall apart if this thing doesn't work for us. Sia was that one. Hang on, we're gonna have to rework. Hopefully it won't. We voted Minaj, right? Yeah, we did.
Mm-hmm.
Minaj and Halsey. Dua Lipa. Lady Gaga.
Yeah, how did Shawn Mendes find his way into this group?
I don't know.
Doesn't make a lot of sense.
And Sia. Please keep working. All right, there we go. Okay, Nicki Minaj versus Halsey. I think it's got to be Minaj based on the logic of the last time we talked about.
Yes. Agreed.
I mean, she has a song calling to her friends up in the starships.
Well, and she's just like...
Nicki 100% says Couch Baby. I mean, yeah, I mean, Halsey is a little bit, like, less so in her music, but... Have you ever seen Halsey perform live?
But, yeah.
Sneaky also says Nicki. Okay. So it seems like an easy Nicki choice. I actually love Nicki Minaj. I think she's great. This is also an easy one for me. Gaga versus Dua Lipa. This is easy, right? Biology Boy says Halsey is a normie. Wow. Halsey says a Tumblr girl. Wow. That's some hate. That is some strong hate. Holy
I think
shit.
it's probably Gaga here.
I think, yeah.
Yeah. It's hard
Gaga.
to say that Dua Lipa is just an alien based on her talent alone. So
Would marry Dua Lipa, whether she's an alien or not.
Totally.
But we're picking Gaga to move on. Next, we have Mariah Carey versus Sia. Now, this is an interesting one. I personally think it's Carey. I think it's Mariah Carey. Wait, who has a pedo brother?
Yeah, what are you talking about, Sprazen?
What are you talking about, Sprazen?
Passionate about making me hate people I like by revealing information to me.
Okay,
Sia.
so we're split so far in chat. Mariah Carey, 1 vote. Sia, 1 vote. She's an odd duck. She's very weird, Biology Boy. Sia's an alien in like every aspect and set of talents. I mean, her talent is pretty out of this world. She's pretty insanely talented.
But here's the thing: would an alien not grab power more often? Like Sia was like a producer / like feature track for a while. Like, why would she not have like come into the limelight harder? I'm leaning Mariah Carey here.
I'm also leaning Mariah Carey. It's like if Sia's not an alien, she's basically culturally appropriating all the aliens. I love that. All right, Sprazen is saying Nikki has a pedophilic brother.
That sucks.
She was studying us from the darkness of the booth. Is that a lyric that I'm not recognizing?
I think it's Mariah.
I kind of think it's Mariah Carey too.
High-pitched whistle tone is really some sort of signal she's sending to her fellow on-Earth aliens.
Yeah, that sucks about Nikki. You know, I try to separate. I try as best, like within reason, to separate artists from their shitty lives. Bobby D also says Mariah. I think Preston and I are both voting Mariah anyway.
Yes.
Sia as a Adrian, that wasn't your best work. I'm sorry. He was saying like the production booth.
As in from the production booth. Yeah.
Yeah.
I got
you. So
now.
I'm voting Mariah Carey. It is close, though. I mean, I think they will end up being 2 of the most likely to be aliens in this list. Now we have Gaga and Nicki Minaj, and this is an interesting one. To me, it's Gaga. I think this is Gaga.
I think so too. The argument for Gaga is much more clear, and like I could see Gaga being an alien posing as a human and being bad at it, right? Like not being very good at knowing what it is to be human, and I can see that.
Everyone's saying Gaga in chat. Also, so Sneaky says about Mariah Carey, I don't know, pretty normal to me, not alien, just weird human. So I think a big part of the Mariah thing is like her singing talent is just so
supernatural.
Like so supernatural was like a good way of saying it. Yeah, like her range and everything, and her just like she just seems to barely function as an actual human being. She's a weird cat. She's a real weird cat. And Sia is too, but a lot of it feels a little more performative, and Mariah Carey just seems like actually just weird.
So Couch Baby is saying Gaga is becoming much less alien. I think he's right, but I think that's part of it. I think she's learning what it is to be a human in culture. And she's like, do you wear meat for clothes?
Couch Baby is a you're talking about Couch Baby? Couch Baby is a she, by the way.
Oh, I'm sorry.
That's
just, after a glass of bourbon, I use my regular ass pronouns.
Gaga is learning. Gaga is adapting.
Gaga is learning how to become
more human
in our culture.
Yeah. Yeah, I like this from Sneaky Squid. Gaga's the person who says, I'm alien, and everyone chuckles and goes, what a great act. That's 100% correct. No, well, you're the baby of a couch.
Baby should be a couch, yes.
Okay, so we're going Lady Gaga.
The baby of a couch is a love seat.
What a matchup of titans this is. It's Mariah Carey versus Lady Gaga. I think honestly I've been voting Mariah Carey on every single one. She is not a single couch. I'll answer that for her. Her couch partner is great. Gaga never got great feedback about fitting in. They wear meat under their clothes, and they love it when I wear it outside my clothes. I think it's Gaga over Mariah Carey. Right?
I think so too. I think the supernatural ability is not as good of an argument as just like behaving in very strange,
just
inexplicable ways.
The pure surreality. Also, it's not like Gaga doesn't have. Like, I think Gaga could actually be an alien. Yeah. To be quite honest, I think Mariah Carey could be as well. Bobby says Mariah is the winner, but I think it is very close. And the thing is, I think like this, like the supernatural singing ability loses a little bit of merit because I think Gaga is pretty close to being in that same realm. And she's just so out there, and like and everything about her is so out there. So yeah, I some people in chat said Gaga too, so I don't feel like we're just completely overriding. Mariah's a bitch, but not an alien.
If you told me Lady Gaga is the most likely pop star to be an alien, I would probably accept that as fact.
Yeah. Okay, so now we have the winner of that side of the bracket is Mariah Carey. We now pop over to the other side, the start of the other side. We have Beyonce versus Billie Eilish. This is a very interesting one. I don't think either of these people are aliens, if I'm being quite honest.
Me neither.
But who is more likely?
If we're having to pick somebody, I would say Billie
Eilish. Billie Eilish feels like the obvious answer because she is a little kookier. But I think I agree with chat here. Chat is saying Beyonce. Sprazen says Billie. I think it is Beyonce. And I think Beyonce is like the alien overlord type. Like, she has come down to rule the fucking world as an alien overlord. And she knew that the way to do that was not through political means, because politically you can pretty much only rule one country at a time. And I don't know. She just seems too perfect in a lot of ways. Like,
I think Sneaky Squid is right in saying that Beyonce would be the ambassador to meet with the aliens, which also means she's probably most likely to be one, or at least get along with them.
Let's see what I think. Beyonce will be able to meet with the aliens as an ambassador. Yeah, that's fair. She wore this coat.
Billie
that convinced me.
is much more relatable than Beyonce. I have never felt once like I related to Beyonce, and I felt like I related to Billie.
Can I get something off my chest?
Sure.
About Beyonce, and this will probably get me canceled.
Oh no!
Not actually canceled, but it's gonna be something that I think will upset people. I think Beyonce, one, I feel like straight white women are the majority of people who love Beyonce, which I think maybe reflects on some of the ways that Beyonce has construed her public persona. But like, Beyonce somehow hits this like weird balance between being like treated as this god, but also making songs that are supposed to be like super relatable to people. Like the song "Pretty Hurts" is one that has always like rubbed me the wrong way. I don't get it. Beyonce is clearly this actually perfect curated creation for everyone, but everyone worships her. So I don't know. I like a lot of Beyonce's songs, but I just think she gets this weird pass for I agree that's every musician, Bobby. I do, but she gets this pass. I feel people worship her and like kind of look past it from her. For whatever reason. I don't know why she gets the pass that others don't. Like, I feel like people hate Taylor Swift, and I feel like Taylor Swift basically tries to do the same thing as Beyonce, but with less grace. Anyway, so I'm voting Beyonce, and I think chat voted Beyonce.
I will vote Beyonce for different reasons than you just laid out, but
no, that is not why I'm voting for Beyonce. None of that had to do. I just we were talking about Beyonce, and I wanted to get it off my chest. Okay, so we're voting Beyonce. I think Billie is very much not. I like Billie Eilish a lot. Okay, we have oh my gosh, I'm blanking on both of their names right now. Demi Lovato and
Lizzo.
Lizzo, thank you.
Twitch was catching up. I couldn't see the stream until.
Yeah, it's fine.
Lizzo. Most likely to be an alien. Lizzo. I don't know why an alien would come to Earth, have a successful pop career, and then get super into drugs and have a really serious problem about it.
And not to hate on Demi Lovato, we hope she is able to get through her demons. But yeah, also not outrageously successful either as like a pop artist. She's had like
Demi. Yeah.
She's
I think
she's not on the tier.
Really solid songs, but
she has some good songs. No, she's kind of out of place here.
She's not on the tier of the rest of these. No.
Kind of out of place here. Demi's just a mess. Isn't Demi non-binary?
I don't know.
I don't think so. Do they really? That is news to me. Since when?
I did not know that. I'm gonna look this up just to make sure because I didn't know that.
Yeah, I did not know that either.
This is correct. To be fair to us, Dan, it was only 9 days ago. So
Okay.
it was pretty impossible for us to have known.
Okay. Well,
But,
yeah, I did not know that was not a choice.
Regardless, I don't think they are an alien.
A few months back, says Sneaky Squid.
A few months back, I was reading a news story that came out 9 days ago.
So. Catch Baby says like couple weeks.
Either way.
I mean, I'm binary. Still. Did not know.
Did not know that. But no, they are not an alien.
Okay, yeah, they are not an alien. I agree.
I'm just queering up to know these things.
so we both vote Lizzo, and I think chat was voting Lizzo as well.
Yeah.
Okay, this one makes me a little sad. We have Justin Bieber versus. Does she still go by Kesha? She just spells it differently now, right?
I think so.
Kesha has had a lot of demons. I don't feel like either of these.
So I've met Justin Bieber. So I have some so I can see whether or not he's an alien, right? If I've met him, I would know.
Oh, that's right. Preston has met Justin Bieber. Was he an alien?
Yes.
This is a hard one, right?
I mean, hasn't died makes him an alien.
That's kind of fair. That's kind of fair, Couch Baby.
There are some Kesha has had a life
that's Kesha, Urology Boy. You know who Kesha is.
I think it's Bieber. I think it's Bieber.
I think it's Bieber too.
Gone through some shit that an alien would not have gone through, so it's definitely.
Yeah, I really feel for Kesha. She's had a rough go, and just like in terms of what's happened to her, like professionally, and how fans have treated her as rough. So I'm fine with voting Bieber, although I really don't think that either of them are an alien.
Agreed. That's gonna be an easy next rounder, probably.
Okay, we now have Britney Spears versus Post Malone.
Post Malone.
Yeah, it has to be Post Malone, right?
It's Post Malone. Post Malone is going to go deep in this bracket. And I don't really have a great explanation as to why, but I just, I feel confident about it.
Yeah, he's just kind of a weird dude.
Such a weird dude. So strange.
Couch Baby says Britney.
It be Britney.
Couch Baby is Canadian, and she's not familiar with Southern Americans maybe as much. I think Britney, clearly had her struggles.
Yes.
As Urology Boy, not so eloquently put it, is nuts. She clearly, I think, has had her actual mental health battles.
Yes. It's Post Malone. It's Post Malone. Post Malone is just a stoner.
Yeah.
No, get out of here.
No, he
can be an alien and a stoner. He's just. What's weird to me about Post Malone is the disparity between the brand and personality and the music that comes out of it. The music that comes out of it is nice, boppy little bops, but the brand and personality is very odd, very strange.
Yeah.
I don't really buy it. So
that's
I agree. Part of the reason I think it's an alien. Did you notice I used it there? Part of the reason I think he's an alien.
I didn't even catch that. I'm reading chat because Couch Baby said Britney literally needs to be freed from her human body, which is hilarious.
Not from her human body. Leave her alone, Couch Baby.
Yeah, I agree. I agree. Sneaky Squid. She's kind of abused young person who was thrust into the limelight and taken advantage of it too early of an age, and probably crumbled a little bit on that, as just about anyone would. Post Malone feels like a weird amalgamation of the aliens kind of just arbitrarily picked the few pieces of human culture to try to model their human after, and just wildly picked wrong on the things that they're supposed to model humans after.
All over the mark.
Yeah. So we're going Post Malone. Next, okay, this one is a landslide, right? Cardi B versus Katy Perry.
I mean,
Katy Perry is the most basic, average white woman maybe in the history of Earth. Right? Am I wrong? Am I wrong?
The most basic average white woman in the history of Earth.
Yeah.
Okay, I mean...
Am I wrong?
Average pop star in the history of Earth, basically?
No. I also like Cardi B. Cardi B, I know, has also had some problematic takes. Chad is starting to say Katy, though. Katy is basic AF.
If you were an alien... and if you were an alien and you listened to thousands of hours of pop music and you spit out something that you thought would fit into thousands of hours of pop music, you would write Katy Perry. You would write Teenage Dream, is essentially what you would write. Teenage Dream is a quintessential pop song. Like
quintessential. I don't think is the word.
Quintessential is not the right word. It's a camouflage.
Hyper-typical.
Hyper-typical. Yes. So like, I think it's Katy Perry. I think Katy Perry's success based off of pop songs that sound like all the other pop songs is suspect. You know what I mean? Every time there's like a YouTube video, it's like 10 pop songs that sound like other songs where they stole the beat or whatever. Katy Perry's always in there.
Mm-hmm.
It's a little sus.
Katy Perry did not get kicked off Sesame Street, but she had like an infamous episode because she wore a shirt that I think showed cleavage. She wore like an Elmo t-shirt.
Yeah.
So what is your vote, Preston?
Katy Perry.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
It seems that chat is also voting Katy Perry. Is that correct, chat? Yeah, fake outrage thing. Yeah, for the Katy Perry thing. So what's our vote, chat? For it seemed like most of the chat was saying Katy Perry for the alien. And listen, I'm not saying that being an alien is bad. Like I think Nicki is more likely to be an alien, but I also like Nicki Minaj. Kids famously see boobs all the time, kind of their first meal, but go off for bubs. Yeah, that's pretty factual. Okay, I feel Chad is not giving me an answer now, but I feel like they were saying Katy Perry. So I disagree with this one, but I lose the vote. Next we have Drake and Bruno Mars, and I think this is an easy Drake for me.
Yes, absolutely.
Easy
Absolutely.
Drake.
Can I give you my hot take because
I was not bottle fed sprays. Do not put out fake shit in chat.
I'm gonna give you a hot take here. I'm gonna name two people that I think are the most overrated musical performers of all time.
Ooh, okay.
Drake is one of them.
Okay.
The second is Bruce Springsteen.
Oh, preach, brother.
Is that
preach?
Right?
Listen, I think Bruce Springsteen is still good. He has quite a few songs that I like, but people like worship him. It's weird.
Bruce Springsteen, and I don't understand.
Weird. And like I have like very close friends that feel this way. And
I feel the same way about Drake. Really, like I don't understand. I don't get it. I don't get it. And I listen to that music all the time, and like, I don't get it.
Drake is more than about the music, I think. Drake has done an exceptional job of creating this whole aura and personality around him that I think is a big driving factor for how popular he is.
Adrian says Springsteen isn't a good singer, but he's a phenomenal entertainer. I disagree with that too. Like, there are a lot of people like that in our pop culture, and I don't think he's one of them. Like, I don't think he's a great entertainer. Like, I think the value people think he brings is his voice, and it's not there. So, like, I legitimately can't even talk about it because I don't understand it. I just don't get it. And Drake is the same way for me. So, like, but I don't know how that makes me lean in this vote. Does that make me think that Drake is an alien because I don't understand it? Bob Dylan is a horrendous singer, but an icon. That's true, but Bob Dylan, like, wrote, like, Nobel Prize winning, like, poetry. Bruce Springsteen wrote "Born in the USA."
That was weird. No, "Born in the USA" is actually a good song.
It's fun.
Like lyrically, like people misunderstand what that song is. Like it should never be used in a patriotic sense ever. That's not what the song is about.
It's about being complicated, basically.
Basically it's about how it's bullshit that like the war machine is bullshit and America betrays its people and use patriotism to send people to war. But anyway, it's a war protest song. I'm so confused. So because Preston thinks that Drake and Springsteen are the two most overrated artists of all time. I just to hurry things along. I need Bruno Mars to be a real human because he's a lot of fun. So I'm gonna vote for Drake here.
Parrot Paul says, I didn't know this was a political podcast. Well, I have a political podcast. If
you're
interested. Also
the Georgia Politics podcast.
We're making a push for it, so come give us a listen if you'd like. I think it's great. But moving on.
Next, we have Pink, who I know is very near and dear to both Preston and myself.
Yes.
And
who is that?
Her name was on the tip of my tongue. She's the one that did the video game song. Go play your video game. That one. It's you, it's all for you. Lana Del Rey. Lana Del Rey is her name.
That's Lana Del Rey?
That's Lana Del Rey.
It's Lana Del Rey then.
Yeah, Pink is not an alien.
No.
Pink is not
Lana
an
Del
alien.
Rey definitely gives me much more alien vibes, especially with the tone of her voice feels more alien to me.
Yeah, Lana by a mile says Riley Boy, and I agree. Pink is hard human. Lana.
We tried to do a exclamation point Georgia politics pod.
We need to add that.
I don't think you do. I don't think the overlap crowd is
not that high.
Lot. No, I don't think it's that high. I think it's basically Adriax and that's it.
And finally here we have Meghan Trainor versus Ariana Grande. Now this one I have no strong feelings on, really.
It's Ariana Grande. First of all, Meghan Trainor, most recent album, really good. And I was very surprised by it because I didn't really like Meghan Trainor all that much, but she's really come around for me. Very, very solid. Ariana Grande gives me alien vibes.
I really don't like Meghan Trainor's music. I was driving around today a little bit and doing some errands, and Ariana Grande came on, and I just immediately changed the channel. I really don't like Ariana Grande's music at all. I don't like it at all. I think she over sings in 99% of her songs, and they all kind of blend the same to me in terms of sound. I don't really understand why she is as big as she is, if I'm being quite honest.
I think we should vote Ariana here. I agree that Meghan Trainor is not. She doesn't seem to belong on this list.
Yeah, she's out of place. She's out of place. The only song I know by her is All About the Bass, and I hate that song.
Well, I know, and that's what I'm saying. Is when the most recent album came out, I was like, "This is gonna be trash," and it was really solid. So, I think she's gotten a bad rap recently. The early stuff was kind of bad.
No, I will say I differentiate on opinions with a lot of Preston when it comes to movies and things like that, but I do think he has very good taste.
On music,
so I trust
we
him on
match
that.
up pretty well.
Yeah,
at least
we
on
do.
Pop music,
we do very much so.
Like a lot of the same stuff. And Disney, I'd say we match up pretty well.
So we're going Ariana. I agree with that. She's weird and kind of has that over singiness, which seems pretty alien. We have now Beyonce.
She was in high school. Wait, hold on. Jack knows Meghan Trainor.
No. Ariana Grande.
Oh, Ariana Grande. Okay.
Jack is from Boca Raton, which is where. Hey, what's up, Toby? Welcome to Drafted. We're right now doing a bracket of pop stars that are most likely to be an alien.
Posing as an alien.
Yeah, most likely to be posing as, or no, wait, no, most likely to be an alien posing as a human.
Yes, you're right.
Yeah. But yeah, so we voted Ariana Grande. But yeah, check out my boy Toby. He's a super good dude. Plays a lot of Pokemon. Does some Cuphead speedruns as well. Also, did Sneaky get a shout out? Sneaky's been doing a lot of awesome art. And I actually am about to do my first ever D&D campaign with Lila, Sneaky, and a few other Twitch streamers. And I think we might do some of that.
I've been trying to get you to do D&D for years.
I know, but this was just the right opportunity.
Oh my god!
So we're gonna give it a go, and I think we're gonna try to Twitch stream some of it. So be on the lookout for that. But yeah, Sneaky's been doing a lot of super cool art, and just recently got affiliate. So go check them out.
I DM my own campaign every single week that Adriax is in, and I see Adriax in the chat. I've been trying to get Dap to join us, and it just didn't work. It didn't work, but that's okay.
Listen, you never lobbied that hard. I can't join your group when you've had a group for however long. That would be weird.
We've had people do that very recently. So because of COVID, our group has grown. So it's okay though. Listen, it's okay. You just don't like hanging out with me outside of the podcast, and that's fine.
That's a lie. I've been trying to get you to come visit me for years, and you haven't. You won't do it. So you can't give me shit. Okay. We have Lizzo versus Beyonce, and this feels like an easy Lizzo pick to me.
Yeah. I mean, I'm a little skeptical of all. And I like Lizzo. I love Lizzo. Of all people who go from zero to famous
instantly. Yeah, she basically just zapped in. What is it called in Star Trek?
Beamed, beam me up.
Beamed. She was beamed onto the Earth from outer space out of nowhere.
And if someone told you had been brainwashed this whole time to like Lizzo, would you be super shocked? Because it happened so fast. Happened so fast, you wouldn't even notice.
Interstellar conspiracy. No, Lizzo is actually great. But I just think she's clearly more likely an alien than Beyonce, right?
Yes, agreed.
That's a great question, Sprazen. I don't know. He's not at Prentice Brunch, that's for sure. This is okay. We got Bieber versus Post Malone. I said this last matchup. I just don't think Bieber's an alien. I really don't. I wish I could write him off as being not an alien, but he's just such a human creation that he's, I think, very clearly a human.
Lizzo was around for years before straight people discovered her. Is that true? I mean, I guess that's true.
Well, I do know that, not to get too Frisbee focused here, but several years before she became super popular, Jessie Schaffner did use her in her Callahan video. Yeah. So I actually was aware of Lizzo before she became a big thing.
And I was only because of that, but that's basically it.
Yeah, I mean, same.
My music taste is very strange, where I'm either listening to somebody that like nobody's ever heard of and has like 12 monthly listens, or I'm listening to top 40, like nothing in between. So that probably fell in the gap for me.
But do we agree that, I mean, Preston and I are both voting Post Malone here, but I don't want to be dismissive of chat. Does anyone feel strongly that it should be Bieber instead of Malone? Okay.
Chat is
all right. Okay. All right. It's now Katy Perry versus Drake. This is an interesting one. I really don't think either of them are aliens. I mean, I didn't even vote for Katy Perry in the last round, and I feel like we've been in lockstep with a lot of these votes. But who's more likely to be an alien between Katy Perry and Drake?
Drake.
Preston says Drake. I don't know. I'm not convinced. Chat, what do we think?
This is actually kind of tough for me. I have different arguments for both, but I think it's Drake.
Adrian says Drake as well. Couch Baby says Katy Perry. He's just a shitty alien. Toby says both. I can kind of see that, Toby. She's done more evolutions.
This is tough for me. That's true. I can buy arguments for each.
They're both aliens. Wow. So who's more likely to be an alien? Who's less likely to be an alien? Then we'll vote them out. Hey, who did you vote for, Preston?
I think I'm voting Drake.
You voted Drake? I kind of like the evolutions argument, though, from Couch Baby. Drake has kind of been the same guy for a long time. Katy Perry feels a bit more like she's kind of like trying to find her human niche, so to speak.
I more lean into Drake's disparity of success. Where I'm like, how is this possible?
Let's not forget, though, that Katy Perry married Russell Brand.
Is that something an alien would do?
Yes, because Russell Brand is an alien. And she made E.T., which is a bad song and talks about fucking an alien.
And it's extraterrestrial. I think you've gotten me.
Kanye not being here is a good question. I guess because you wouldn't put him in pop necessarily. But I wouldn't. I mean, Drake, I guess, is pop, but he's not crazy. He's just crazy, not an alien. So yeah, I think. I
think it's Katy Perry now.
I think it's Katy Perry. Really great reasoning by Couch Baby on both fronts.
I just don't want to have to think about Drake anymore. So can we just eliminate him?
Yeah, that's very fine. Very fine. I do like that the both are alien arguments, though, from Toby. I like that. This I could see the both being alien argument here as well. We got Ariana Grande and Lana Del Rey.
Lana Del Rey's music lends itself more to
being an alien?
Being heard on an alien spaceship.
Mm-hmm.
But
okay.
Ariana is very... I think it's Lana Del Rey. Kind of strange. Lana Del Rey seems less approachable.
Second Couch Baby also made these arguments and wants cred. Well, cred to second Couch Baby as well. Sprazen says Ariana. I think I lean Ariana as well. I feel like Lana Del Rey had like her one moment in the sun, and has kind of disappeared into irrelevance.
Summertime of sadness.
yeah, indeed. I don't want Lana to feel like she's special. I'm with Sprazen on that. So Ariana Grande.
That's fine with me. Okay. I could buy it on either of these.
Okay, now we have Lizzo versus Post Malone, and this is a tough one for me. This is a pretty tough one. I think I also say Post Malone. Lizzo is a treasure, and I maybe this is biased, but I want her to be a human more than I want Post Malone to be a human.
Agreed.
Like very much so.
I will still say the music that Post Malone puts out, like, does not look like Post Malone. Like the music he puts out feels like it should be like Shawn Mendes music, and it's not.
Well, some of it. Some of it.
I'm sure.
He also has some.
I've listened to the stuff that's like that cracks the top 40, that kind of thing. But like,
okay, yeah.
I don't know.
Okay.
This would make a lot of sense to me if he was an alien. It's got to be Post Malone.
Yeah, no, I do agree that often his sound is very different from his appearance. Don't judge a book by its cover, folks.
By its cover.
Okay. Yeah, well, because I was trying to say folks, but I rushed into it too soon. Okay, we're going Post Malone. Chat agrees Post Malone. Now we have Katy Perry versus Ariana Grande. I mean, I'm so swung by the AT song argument that I think it's Katy Perry. Oh, thank you for the hydrate, Preston. Here's my water.
That was
right
more
here.
For me because I'm feeling a little woozy.
Oh, well, you can you can drink whenever you want.
No, I needed a reason.
Fair enough. Let's go drunk and DM Chris Evans. She's human.
She's human. I mean, I've done that. So.
Have you really? You DM'd
so.
Chris Evans?
I'd have to look. He was going to get into the political game for a little while. Anyway, that's a conversation for a different day.
That's weird.
Still Katy over Ariana.
Oh, I think it's Katy. The ET argument is just holds so much water.
Yeah.
It's so strong.
And I think the other music being, what did we say, hyper typical pop, as like a camouflage pop artist, I think it makes a lot of sense.
Yeah, I wasn't.
This is an autobiographical song.
Oh, what a weird song. Katy Perry's got some weird music. I love Katy Perry. I like a lot of her songs. Okay, so now this is the final matchup of the right half of the bracket: Post Malone versus Katy Perry. It seems we're pretty convinced that both of these people are aliens, but who is the more likely to be an alien?
I think it's Post Malone. Just because if you think about it this way: if an alien was posing as a human on this planet, would they try to be more cookie cutter, or would they try to be more out there to draw attention?
I think they'd probably try to be more cookie cutter, if I'm being quite honest.
You think so?
Yeah.
You think so?
Yeah.
With the goal of what?
It's been real creaky today, hasn't it, Dobson?
It is really creaky.
It's been real squeaky
and
today.
I'll tell you, as somebody who edits the show, it's oftentimes creaky on the show too.
Yeah, I know.
I'll just be making a point about a great draft pick, and I'm just in the background. I'm like, shit, I gotta edit that out.
It was a free chair that I found on the side of the road.
Oh well, that's good then. I'm cool with that being squeaky because it was free.
Mm-hmm.
Post Malone is a butt of Space Moss.
Buttspot, I'm so glad you're here.
I think it's Post Malone.
I think they're both from space.
I'm checking on the vibe here, and I think it's Post Malone.
So I think it's Katy Perry. What does chat say? Free chair. Free squeaky chair. I could probably spend more time this side. Yeah, whoever. I could probably look into getting rid of that. Probably, I'll do that.
Get some WD-40.
Yeah, do something.
Also,
hello, Dobson. Thank you for coming through.
Whoever wins this matchup is about to lose.
Yeah, I 100% agree with that.
So I think it's Post Malone though.
But chat,
Post Malone Lady Gaga final makes a lot of sense.
Well, chat has the final vote because I voted Katy Perry.
Okay.
Lila says gut feeling Post Malone. Just a butt feeling Post Malone.
Just a butt feeling.
It's hard to argue with a butt feeling. Jack says Katy Perry. What does Sprazen say? I mean, Sprazen says Katy Perry is a horse from space, but Post Malone is a hunk/butt of Space Moss. So I think chat seems split right now, and we are split. So I think what we'll do, will it take me forever to do a poll, like last time that I tried to do a poll? I'm going to try to do a poll for chat. It's taking forever. Oh, nope, I think it's going to be fine. Oh, Adrian says Katy. Katy Perry is a horse. Post Malone is Moss. But if they're both from space, then they're both aliens. Post Malone is now most Malone.
I need to redeem my DAP bucks, and I like using it for that.
The name generator is typically for video games.
Nope. He has to legally change his name to most Malone.
Damn, I'll break the news to him. It looks like chat is voting Katy Perry. It's close, but it looks like chat is voting Katy Perry. So our final matchup here, our final decision of the stream, we have Lady Gaga versus Katy Perry. This seems like a landslide to me. Oh, Dobson,
Yes.
thank you so much for the gift subs. Dobson really wants me to get an unsqueaky chair. Thank you for the gift sub to Lannister. Lannister is actually a top 2 Twitch crush for me. So that's huge. Dobson coming through, wingmanning big time.
Sprays, I'll sing you an opera song.
Yeah, can Preston sing the opera song
As
instead?
a vocal performance major, you want Nessun Dorma? The wife's asleep, so maybe that's not a good idea.
We'll save it for early stream next time. Pocky, what's up? Everyone's got my squeaky chair still hanging around for the chair fund. Thank you, Dobson.
The chair fund, absolutely.
Go Bolts! Did the Bolts win tonight? I didn't get to watch because I was doing this. Yeah, what's up, Pocky? Thanks for coming through. Pocky lives in Australia, so it's always a treat when she is able to come hang with us.
What
and
time
she is
would it
awesome.
be in Australia?
They are 14 hours ahead of us. So I think it's
Math is hard.
3 p.m.
Sure. 2 p.m.?
Tomorrow?
No, 3 p.m. 3 p.m., yeah. 3 p.m. tomorrow. What's tomorrow like, Pocky? Can you tell us?
Yeah. What happens tomorrow, Pocky?
Is anybody dead yet?
Well, some people probably are.
Maybe. Lunch break.
What's not the same if it's good? Oh, it's 1 p.m.-ish. Oh, no. Oh, wait, that makes sense. I'm horrible at math. I added 2 extra hours. Because 11 plus 12 is 11 plus 2 is 1.
The humor is Preston that he will do very badly. For Daniel singing the opera song. No, I understand. Maybe we do a duet then. We do.
Hey, come on! I sing okay.
We do
sing
Prayer
okay.
from Andrea Bocelli and Celine Dion, and Daniel can be Celine Dion.
I can't sing opera, but I feel like I sing okay for being a completely untrained singer.
Beautifully. For having done several Disney duets in the car, I think you sing beautifully.
Thanks, man. Okay, well, Lady Gaga is the winner of the pop star most likely to be an alien.
That feels absolutely right to me.
If it does feel right. I don't know what just happened to the screen. It just is black now. But there you go. I think you can see it there. And weirdly, there are pop stars in the background that aren't in any way in the background.
Jonas is in the background and not.
I think it's Nick Jonas. Yeah.
And not in the bracket.
And DJ Khaled is there. Whoever this glassed bespectacled individual is. So weird. But the bracket was pretty good. It was a lot of very relevant pop stars that most people are at least quasi familiar with. So it ain't Daniel singable. I mean, yeah, I can't sing opera. I'm not gonna lie to you. I definitely can't do that. Let's see who we're gonna raid. Pocky, I'm sorry you're showing up right at the end.
Are our friends at friggin' nerds on, Dan?
I don't think so.
They were on earlier.
They were on earlier. I think we were up too late for them.
Yeah.
So how about, I mean, it worked so well last time. Why don't we try rating another random another podcast?
Yeah. Sounds fun.
But yeah, so if you guys will bear with us while we try to find a podcast to raid. I doubt we'll get as lucky as we did last time.
Thank you, everybody, for letting us do new tier stuff. We've never done tiers before on Drafted, but I think it's a new evolution of the format. We've done brackets as the show.
Mm-hmm.
We've done drafts of the show, obviously. I think tiers is good. It led to a lot of good discussion, and I know a lot of you disagreed with me, but I appreciate you holding back because I'm a very sensitive boy, and I'm getting married this week. So you gotta be nice to me.
Yeah, you have to be nice to Preston. I will say I do agree with the chat that I think the tiers are a little bit less interactive for chat, which I think is the most fun part of doing the live shows. Is that
Sure.
Chat can be the third voter or drafter, so have you. So I think we should do more tiers in the future, but maybe not as frequently as the drafts and such. But we do hope you enjoyed this. It's always fun for us to be able to interact with you guys directly during the show because we know you guys have just as strong takes as we do.
Stronger sometimes.
Oftentimes stronger, and usually
there were
that take is we're idiots.
Like half of you were in A and half of you were in D, and that was a struggle.
Hang on. I'm having a hard time finding a podcast that looks like it would be good to rate.
So, and again, I will promote before we head out. Our episode next week, it will drop on Tuesday, is very good.
Yeah.
The edit is over. Sprazen says, "I hope your wedding is the best wedding ever until mine." You know, I would take that.
Yeah, that would be
I would
pretty
take
sweet.
that. We talked a little bit about your wedding, I think, on the show, so that gives you a reason to come in and listen. Don't worry, it was fine. It was fine. But
Thank you for that, by the way, Lila, for adding those commands. That's sweet.
The episode is very good. It's been edited. It's ready to go, and everybody make sure you give it a listen. In all seriousness, too, my other podcast, If You Live in Georgia, would be great for you. It helps you keep up with the political news of the state, so give that a listen as well, the Georgia Politics Pod, because we're changing the show up a little bit, and it's gotten better. So both of these shows are great. Preston acting like I didn't listen to every single. Don't listen to every single one. I know. I'm promoting this new upcoming Drafted to the people that probably are gonna listen because you're here on the stream, and you are the people we appreciate the most.
Pocky, take care. Thanks for coming in to say hello. And Lannister, did I make it? You did make it back just in time for the end. We did decide though that Lady Gaga is the most likely pop star to be an alien over Katy Perry in the final. We should add I agree that we should add a Georgia Politics command. I will have to do that though because I'll have to get the link for it. There's no one good to rate. It doesn't seem for talk shows and podcasts. Preston, would you be okay with us rating a Twitch friend who is not a podcaster?
Absolutely.
Okay.
That is okay by me.
We are going to raid my good Twitch friend Wayward Son. He is currently playing Call of Duty Black Ops 3. He is doing Nazi zombies. Yeah, big shout out to Dobson and my good friend Nick, IRL friend, who is a big fan of the show, and I'm sure would have been here sooner if the Bolts weren't playing. I don't know if he ever said if the Bolts won or not, but hopefully they did.
I don't think he did.
I'm sure they did, because he said go Bolts. I feel like he wouldn't have said that if they hadn't won. Yeah, big shout out to Nick for donating that sub, and thanks y'all for coming to hang out. These shows really are so much fun for both me and Preston.
Bolts won.
Nice, go Bolts, and everyone. Kevin is like the actual nicest person on all of Twitch. I mod for him, and he's really just great. So let's go raid him and give him some love. Hopefully my raid command will work. It's not quite popping up for me quite yet. It will raid eventually, I guess, whether or not I can manually trigger it or not. But yeah, so we will have that episode next week, as Preston said. It will be out normal time. We will then not have an episode the following week because Preston will be on his honeymoon and we will not be able to record. So we should be back though the following week with normal episodes. So it won't be too long of a hiatus for us, thankfully. And we have so many good episodes lined up for you guys. It's really going to be a great rest of season 2. And next time it's appropriate, we'll try to do another live show as well, because we have a lot of fun with those. Nick also makes a mean eggnog. His dad does. His dad makes a mean eggnog, and it will get you a little fucked up. It will get you a little bit fucked up. Okay, so the countdown is going, but extremely slowly. Like each second is taking many seconds. So Preston, is there anything else we can do to stall before I'm able to raid?
Well, on my screen, it looks like we're about to be cut off. So thanks everybody for being here.
Did we already do the raid?
It just went.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I've got the stream pulled up. It just went.
Oh, okay. Nice timing.
Dap coming in with a party of 7. What is going on, Dap Sauce? Thank you so much. You are amazing, man. What were you playing? How are you doing? Oh, that's the card. I get it. Okay. And hey, Snowbean. Nice to see you. How are you doing, man?
I'll give this guy